Garena September Cup for the BR tournament. That means it's going to be the last day of group stage. They have to do their best because this is going to be their last chance to go to the playoff. Only 20 teams out of the 10 teams from each group A and B that will go into the playoff. I'm Fasha Bunny with Super Clock joining in for the Casa Desk.
Good evening, everyone. This is once again Garena September Cup 2025. And yep, we will be choosing the 20 teams moving on to the playoffs. Indeed, this is the last day, the last night of the grueling match for all of the teams from Group A and the Group B.
Yeah, I mean, like, definitely most of the teams have done their best. A lot of teams already got a lot of points from throughout the 3 days they played. But again, like I've talked about on the last ending of our stream yesterday, I want the teams that who might not be able to do much because this is the last night especially, just enjoy, have fun, just give your best and get a highlight for yourself before saying goodbye to the Garena September. But before we even do all that, as this is the last day, let's recap back everything that was done for this tournament. Started out with the registration from the 3rd September till 9th of September, and after that we started out our qualifier stage with 400 plus teams from 11 September to 18 September. After that, they were actually been picked off from the 400 plus teams into the group stage, which actually has been going on through 4 days already, including today from 22nd to 25 September, and they will be continuing on to the playoff, which is on the 26th, as well as on the grand final 27th.
And as you can see, we started off with 400 teams for the qualifiers, and we went to 40 teams with two groups of Group A and Group B, which is the last day of the group stage. And after that, we're going to have 20 teams for the playoffs and 16 teams for the grand finals.
Yeah, it's really crazy from those 400 teams suddenly just jumping into only 20 teams. Best of the best, cream of the cream right here on the Garena community. But there is a rules that they have to follow, whereby if you guys have a clashing of points, we will take note by breaking off by the total victories that you guys have. If you have the same total victory, which is really amazing and rare, we have to break it off as well with the total kill points. And if by miracle, if you have both the total victories as well as the total kill points the same point with your enemy or your opponent, we will break it off with the last round C survival rank, which is kind of really crazy if you have to actually go to the third rules. But then again, things could happen, right, Superclock?
That is definitely true, and I don't think we're gonna have the tier 3, but who knows, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? That's something that we need to find out. And for the grand finals, this is the one that we are talking about in terms of victory blitz. This is clearly a different format that we have for Call of Duty MOBA tournament, and the first team who can reach the 80 points will be eligible for the victory, right? So let's say Leap and Bound got the 80 points, and then moving on to the next match, they got the rank 1, or they got the victory. It only means that they will be crowned as champion to receive a 10,000 US dollars.
It's crazy because first thing first, you got to make sure that you get that 80 points, and then not only that, you have to make sure that on the next match you get your victory place or your victory goal itself, because that is when you will be ultimately crowned as a champion. And even if you get like 100 points and you still didn't get your victory, you have to do the dirty work. You just keep on trying to get that survival to the fittest for that victory blitz. But overall rankings wise, let's take a look back on our Group A. Started out with lead Unbound Anbu, like literally surprising us off on day number 3 with 183, only 2 points above 4 Kings, which makes them right now right above 4 Kings, whereby 4 Kings was already leading for 2 days in a row. RBS main right on the 3rd place with 127. Not that much, they still be able to catch up if they could, because again, we want top 10s to move into the playoffs. So teams Rigid Phoenix, Delta Main, Immortal Esport and Rage, VVV Renatus, Hypervivir Esport, Helicis Vicious, as well as Pave Omni. They are close to call to say they are safe right now if they can maintain here until the end of the day. But FX Academy, just like what Supercloud say, if they go back to the drawing board, if they do some assignments and able to actually ace their job, they might be able to chase after the one and only Pave Omni at that 10th spot.
It could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen. That would be exciting. And speaking of exciting moment, we are showing you the Group B's overall rankings. And I'm so excited to announce because I am seeing Rigid TSG being on top and being consistent. In terms of number of victories, come on, man. That's a lot. And that's why, in terms of total of points, they are really far from Immortal Esports Exodus. If I'm going to check the different points once again, 232 minus 192, not a lot. So it only means that they just really need to do more of the dirty work, just like Masha Bunny saying earlier, just for them to make sure that they can be on top. But looking at the other teams like TMW Kratos and also the FX Academy, they just really need to do some extra effort. Who knows? The rankings might change and they will be part of the top 10 teams from their respective stage. And looking at the matches for the day 4th, this is the map that we will be using. We're going to start from Isolated, from Group A and Group B. And after that one, we're going to move on to the Blackout, Group A and Group B once again. And we're going to go back for the last match of Isolated for both groups.
Yeah, so pretty much we've already seen this been done already throughout our 3 days. So continuing on into our last day, it's gonna be the same case already. Map pools wise, we've already accustomed to it. Started out with the Isolated, and then we move on to the Blackout, which is the OG, the or do I say like the basic style of BR scene itself, and then moving on back to the Isolated map, whereby we've talked about it. We've already touched on about how right now Isolated is on another level with the additional or the feature of Gulag into the scene. It gives more leeway, it gives more span to how you're gonna go in for a fight. But again, this is just me talking because we are getting ready already on our last day. Are you ready, Superclock?
I am super ready for the game.
I like
and
that.
And in fact, we're gonna have the battle, which is the first match for the Group A stage. And as you guys know, we're going to start this battle with a bang. And in Isolated map, this is gonna be interesting, just like that we shown you earlier with the overall rankings for the Group A. It's clearly close. The Leap and Bound and the Four Kings. The Four Kings started off with a strong caliber to where they're being consistent, keeps on being on rank 1, but it changes on the day 3 because of the individual prowess of Leap and Bound. And just so you know, they're on top right now, but starting off the battle for Isolated maps, let's see if after this one the overall rankings will change right away.
Let's go. This is it. Garena September Cup 2025 Battle Royale Tournament. Start out with match number 1 for the Group A. This is going to be a beautiful flight path right from the downtown New Vision City all the way to hit. It is slicing through the map, and you can see that pretty much a lot of teams are already scattered in their own loot item. The question is right now, I got Blackout. There's a couple of teams that is quite close by. So are they going to fight off on the same spot? And on the other edge, I feel like the rest of the team, they've already found their guard or their own ground to a point that they don't need to fight early on. And this is what we're... Oh, okay, so that's a bug. I really thought that there was going to be a little bit fight, but I think they do. Oh my god, it is a Hari Raya. By the way, Hari Raya is a festivity in Malaysia, so pretty much it is a hallelujah for everybody. Yes, let's go for Christmas because everyone is going crazy at the platform, Superclock.
Christmas is early from Legum. Great start with 2 kills, but good trade is also happening because two players from Legum were sent into the Gulag, and that's the one that we are seeing right now. The view of the Gulag from Legum, and although they got a great surprise from their opponents, also sacrificing two teammates. And meanwhile, we're also seeing four Kings right now being alone from this map, from this ski town. So they got a lot of chances. In fact, we are seeing Snowbee right away. So it's kind of like in terms of rotation, they will be quicker in terms of planning to back up or get away at the same time. It's going to be easy for the four Kings. And on the other hand, checking a different location, that's your Team G, Helix's Vicious. I don't see any viciousness yet because we just started the match one for isolated map. But as you can see right here, they're just trying to roam around the map, making sure that they found any great juices that they can use, but the shotgun being activated would counter a rewind.
Oh, okay, that was close, but then again, too late. Nat takes down Tango immediately, but at the same time, traded off with Alien as well. So there's going to be a back and forth between each other, but Immortal Esport, they're looking better and better, able to take down two players of Delicious Vicious. Now looking for the rest. We got Sarah on the other end, and I think that there's possibility she's already away from the overgrown area. So this is opportunity for the team of Delicious Vicious to just reset back, try to get back the teammates from the Gulag itself, and they definitely will be able to loot out again if they manage to find a better safe spot. But again, heads up for the team of Immortal Esport, they're doing well. But Sarah, oh my god, Sarah is hiding right there. Oh, I hope that nobody saw her. But at the same time, around the area of hype, I think that is quite safe. But no, Sarah did a surprise attack with the AK-117. Sarah did a surprise attack. Great job for the composure.
And as you can see, he's holding two AK-117 and for the revenge plan. That's a 2v1 situation, but Sarah knows what to do. He knows for a fact that he just really needs to create some space in order for him to surprise another Immortal.
One more, Sarah. Come on, Sarah.
Carl saying goodbye. Huge damage, cracking out at this close quarter battle, and just like that, he was sent into the Gulag.
Nah. I'm good. I'm happy already. 3 knocked out, 3 kills already in the hands of Sarah. She's good. I mean, I don't know whether it's a she or a he, but definitely they're good. They're doing wildly great for the Helix's Vicious right now. And they are being vicious so far. Even though being taken down by the Gulag, there's still a chance for them to come back for the Helix's Vicious. But great job, Immortal Esport. I think that they should be a little bit more cautious in the surrounding because they didn't even realize that Sarah was hiding right at the guardhouse. It was just like at the wooden house, like really small holes. They could have actually spot them out. But on the other hand, at the black market, we are seeing the team of CF. I'm not sure if they actually spot out anyone just yet. Probably just trying to get some airdrops or Arsenal loadout. Yep, it is Arsenal loadout. Oh, but there are Faldros quite close by in the area as well. So not sure if they're going to fight it off. But hopefully, if Faldros knows this, they need to back off because they already got their armor and they also got their loadout in their hands.
And Green needs to really take good care of that position, even if he got a good cover. But there's a flank. That's why it's an easy kill coming out from Faldros. But you don't need to worry still. That's another chance for him to grab the W into the Gulag and do some regroup. But right now we are seeing some push from the team of Faldros, and they started strong with 7 total of kills.
Wow, CF, they got the upper hand with the Arsenal loadout, but ended up losing to Faldros. I don't know whether it's just a little bit of their mishap or they kind of make a mistake from their positioning, especially the fact that we did see that Green was a little bit too far off, got the Jag loadout in the hands, but wasn't actually going forward to go for a fight. But on the other hand, right here, Babe, Ellie looking forward to actually going for the surprise attack, but ended up being taken off right there. And it seems that Koro comes off with the cluster grenade, also able to shut down a couple of players. So on the other hand, I feel like Raz or Radiance should not be coming in because let Immortal Esport just play off with Pave right now. Let them fight it off in the area unless they want to go for the third party from the long range.
Right, that's one of the keys in order for you to survive longer. You gotta find a better angle, and you can take advantage of your position. And because of that, it will greatly help you to grab the W. And also, it's gonna be easy for you if you know for a fact that there's three or the squad will be coming at you. There's a little bit of time for you to adjust and rotate and survive from that position. And speaking of surviving, we're still seeing the complete squad of four kings surviving longer right now, trying to be ready to attack of Team F, which is the FX Academy, who really need to do some extra effort right now in order for them to secure a spot being the top 10 teams for the Group A.
I mean, yeah, 13 points that they have to chase after Pave Omni. It's not much of a work, but if they can do something really good for even one round itself, it could make a difference. But here on out, they're having a little bit of difficulty. I can see Raj been backstabbed immediately by Tompis. Not really good opening, but it seems that Tompis get information. Super Jeff also been taken down. A retreat coming in from Toby, but here on out, Yato and Topi comes in for the help, backs it up, and the rest of the players of Team FX unfortunately shattered to the ground by Team 4 Kings.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
In a sanitarium. If you know what I mean.
I see what you say that. Okay. I like it.
4Ks going wild and crazy in a sanitarium, annihilating FX Academy. Oh my God, the professor right now is about to be mad because they really need to get more points, but being annihilated, that's something not looking good in their banner, but they still have another chance to go back, as you can see right there. So let's see. It's kind of like, for me, this is a farming points from each teams because they can go out, they can be aggressive, and also at the same time securing the W into the gulag. And that's the one that we are seeing right here. It's kind of like a lot of carelessness gameplay from any other teams. In fact, like right now with the two vehicles hitting Quasi, what a great maneuver of that vehicle, and because of that huge damage, he's on the ground. And OBS still trying to be ready and doing some reset. Let's see how are they going to recover from the leg up.
Hello, police. Can we have some emergency here? Because somebody just hit and run, and that is Legum just shutting down and hitting everybody from the OBS. But Quasi, I think they'll be able to be picked up. And look at that. Paul just tried to avoid the vehicle. Nah, you're not going to hit me. But unfortunately, Quasi will be taken down by MC himself. And now looking for the 3 more players to go. Quasi will be coming back from the gulag. Now looking for the 3 players that's still surviving. OBS, they need to be aware of the situation. It's either they go into the safe zone or they try to fight it off with Legum. Can it do so? Because Paul trying to shoot as much as possible, still not it off. Got 200 points. You can spray as much as you want though, because they're chasing after Kite. Definitely Kite is been tagged, but at the same time, he cannot use that vehicle any longer because of the explosion, but he's hiding. 3 players. Shockwave takes down, and unfortunately, Kite, that's going to be the end for you, and the rest of the 2 players from Legum just have to wait it out.
And this is the one we are talking about for the OBS main, because they are being ready and also trying to be more cautious in attacking. Paul, in fact, trying to use that sniper, getting that intel, knocking out a soldier right away. And Nat is also able to knock down one of the soldiers. And OBS Paul is really trying to roam around, trying to find a better spot. As you can see, the road that he is in right here from the squad is really keeps on rotating, creating some space and making sure that he's really far from the opponents, because you know he's using a sniper. That's the role of the long range. So it's also useful when you are trying to share the information to your teammates so that they can be ready if any other opponents or any other third party that we might be seeing in to one location. OBS can definitely adjust. But let's see, Immortals Esports right now trying to be aggressive, showing some good aim and knocking down OBS Paul. Caught off guard this time at his back, but I don't know what is going on right now from the OBS. But yeah, that was really a great preparation, but Immortal Esports is just really too good, annihilating them.
Agree. I mean, talking about how OBS was having fun or trying to fight off with Legum, Immortal Esports, uninvited, coming in as a third party. Now, moving on to the nuclear plan, we got the Helicity Vicious meeting off with the Pave. Koro shooting down to Sarah. Sarah was the one who does the surprise attack, but ended up being taken off. Now, let's see if they can find off the rest of the players of Helicity Vicious, because they are moving into the safe zone as well. We got Bay, as well as, if I'm not mistaken, I do see the name just now. Yeah, I think it's Dance. Yeah, I think it's Dance right there, just crossing over through the river and trying to actually survive it out. But at the same time, Bay, you gotta be careful, Bay. Does it spot it out? Are you sure? Bruh, come on, bruh. That's no way that you could have spot that out. Bay was just right in front of you. But then again, it's okay. 3 players of Babe still managed to actually take down another players of Helicity Vicious. If you did not spot him out and he was let go immediately because of that, I would question how much power do you have in your eyes. Do you need specs? Because you should. You should go and check optometrists, because there's one player right in front of you, man.
Bay so sweet.
Bay so sweet.
Yeah, allowing her opponents to come in, and hey, I'm open, and that's why he was sent out into the gulag. But Dan's being the only player from the hype right now, he doesn't have any dent yet. But 4 Kings going up to the hill. Can they stay on to the top? Can they be crowned as king of the hill, as we are seeing right now, closing out the gap from the Immortals Esports, one of the best teams that we have, one of the forces to be reckoned with. But in terms of position, let's see how it goes, because they're all trying to use the snow bee, but in the air shot, huge damage. Carl not able to survive.
Oh, great long shot coming in from Yato. I mean, there's no way that Immortal Esport will be able to actually get out of there, because the fact that not only he got a mythic AK-117, he got a freaking loadout AK-117. That's proven how confident the usage or even the weapon is in the hands of Yato. But on the other note, Immortal Esport, they don't need to worry much. They got 16 kills. They farm already 16 kills. They just need to bring back the teammates back from the gulag. Helicity Vicious, on the other note, having a little bit trouble, having a lot of struggle, even though they were the one who were actually fighting off, even with Sarah was actually having a good time with the surprise attack, getting the 3P as well. But at the end of it all, now they're struggling with surviving 2 players only. But Immortal Esport, it seems that they spotted out 4 Kings. What are they going to do?
They just really need to be quiet.
Okay.
Oh, I'm really sorry.
Alright, let's see.
He's just really trying to be quiet. But enough of that one. Enough of the ASMR. He's just really not moving any muzzle at all. But he knows for a fact that he won't be able to win that battle if he's going to gaze. Oh my God, he's being found by Super Zap, my brother from another mother. And Immortals Esports, Elion right now trying to rotate from the black market. Let's see if we're going to see any black and gold from this location. Is he going to be thirsty for blood? Though I'm seeing how thirsty they are in getting a blood and looking for any bloodbath, because in terms of number of kill points, they are rocking 17 total points.
17 total points. 2 teams already went to the lobby already, so we got 15 more teams. Shots coming through from Delta. KG trying to do some spam, but not gonna get anything. But they gotta be careful. We do see RGD, Rigid Phoenix, right behind. So as much as you want to focus right down below, you gotta be prepared right behind you as well. Gonna be a backstab. But Immortal Esport, the back and forth between them with the 4 Kings are still not down, even though Nath was the one who was taken down by the 4 Kings Super Jeff. But it seems that they're still waiting for Nath to come back from the gulag. Hopefully they will be coming with a full squad. But Hero now, Exodus, no, they were so preoccupied trying to fight off or try to shoot down to 4 Kings, but ended up Team Helexis just doing some damage here, been taken out by Immortal Esport as well. So it's a back and forth again with the IE as well as HLX, am I mistaken? So on the other note, right now, Dance is hiding off right on the 2nd floor, and Alien as well as Carl, it seems that they're going to get any information and going to chase after him.
That's going to be a quick rotation that we are seeing from these 2 teams. In fact, the circle is definitely shrinking. Rigid Phoenix, on the other hand, although they got the great vantage point, but getting a lot of damages, and Vez being cracked. So that's why Mackie doesn't have any choice to stay at the edge of this rocky mountain and seeing the Yonko Apex. Oh my God, Yonko Apex really need to do more. Oh, just like that. Naki just knocked down by Jamiol of Team Delta. So let's see how it goes. He's still got a good angle right here, and that's why we're seeing him rotating. A good help coming out from Gecko. So let's see how he goes. That's a complete squad. Oh my god! Yoko Apex, one of the players, Cal, is on the ground. Jamiol still surviving. Jamiol is definitely having a better advantage in terms of the position, but with a good help, let's see how are they going to counter. Gecko is on the ground, sent out into the gulag. Same thing with Cars, also trying to attack the Team Delta. Jamiol is still out there at the edge, and Immortals Esports, oh my god, that's a 3 soldiers. You gotta be careful right now. Yoko still surviving. A lot of cloud as well being thrown already. Alien is trying to really penetrate this one, and Alien got the kill. Great job, and we're still seeing that they keep on surviving, but on the other side of the map, we are seeing some struggles from the 4 Kings.
We are seeing they're struggling because they lost Super Jeff already, but they're trying to pick up Tom Peace. But at the same time, it feels like there are a couple of teams are trying to actually catch up after 4 Kings. But not to worry, they are backing themselves up, so the rest of the teams are quite far away. Faldros coming closer and closer. It seems that 4 Kings say, we gotta rotate, we gotta reposition ourselves, get some armor plates from the green airdrop, and then move away, because this is a danger zone. It's quite open. You don't have much of a space or even ground to play around or even to hide out, especially with the fact that high ground wise we are seeing Leap Unbound, our team that right now at the top 1, they're already on the high ground with 12 kills already as well. So they want to maintain, they want to make sure that they have the consistency and will deny Team 4 Kings to actually overtake them for the overall standings,
which is being clever because they got a high ground. So all they need to do is, have a lot of patience and make sure that they can be able to cleverly execute their plan, fighting against 4 Kings, which is really few points difference only, and getting some damages. Oh, got knocked out on the ground. That was really a great shot coming out from MJ, and Yato is also out here repairing the armor from MJ. Let's see if there will be any greater chance in terms of annihilating the top 2. This is the battle of the top 2 teams on this hill. Yato and Tom Bibbs, Nade being thrown, huge damage, and Team E is also joining the war. This is going to be the chaos. We still have 6 teams to go. 15 soldiers on boots, and Void still on to the high ground. The question is, how long are they going to stay at the edge of this rocky mountain?
Exactly. How long can you stay? How long can you stay? Tompi is already moving away, and it seems that Yato managed to take down Jamal, even though they are in a lesser outnumbered from the rest of the teams right now, because we do see that Faldros still got a full squad. Immortal Esports, I think they have a couple of players as well, but at the same time, this is the rotation they needed because they don't want to play off right at the center, so they're moving off from the edges with the team of Faldros. But unfortunately, Tom Piss will be able to be taken out by Carl immediately because of the outside zone as well that has been favoring against the team of Faldros. But Yato still surviving right down below. Nobody sees him. He's just playing around very safe, but he's using the snowball. He has a limited lifeline on himself, and he's using Jack to survive on his own. Can he survive more? Nah, Carl say no, Yato, is the end for you. But that was a good enough damage done by the team of 4 Kings. Now we're up to 3 teams. Leap Unbound, OBS, Fry all by himself, and Immortal Esports.
Great positioning. That's a powerful impact that Leap Unbound can bring to this last round of this isolated. This is the last zone to where Fry is not really cooking at all. He's just being tired out there. He's not really frying any food right now, but you got to be careful because Carl is at your back. You got to watch your 6, and here we go. This is the one that I'm talking about, and Carl being caught off guard, and here we go. Fry is the only player, the only target, and we have a winner getting the V for the victory. Goes to Leap Unbound.
Congratulations to Leap Unbound and Boo for their first victory of the day. And this is showing off that they are consistent. They are getting to raise their flags over and over again. It is brought from the momentum they had from yesterday night up until today. It's like nobody from the group A can question how powerful they are, because they already got 2 win streak right from yesterday. Now it's like continue on to the 3 win streak, even though it is a different days. But I'm just saying that the win streak still hasn't been broken by anyone inside the group A, and we're talking about 19 teams between or versus the one team, which is called Leap Unbound. And going back to the highlights again, I think this is pretty much we saw started out with how HLX Vicious. I mean, yeah, Sarah, I know that we didn't get your clips of you doing surprise attack to Immortal Esport, but your 3-piece, we should praise that, even though you were taken out at the end of it all to go back to the gulag. But at the end of it all, we do see that Team CF, I kind of question, because they were the one who was supposed to get the Arsenal loadout first, but they kind of lost those gunfights against the team of Fadros instead.
Right, and I do see the trend right now, Pasha, because looking at it and having or being in the last day of the group stage, I keep on seeing that the first to 2 zone of isolated map, they keep on doing some farming of kill points, and they're like, hey, I'm really open, I'm so aggressive right now, I'm just gonna use my chance to get a kill or somehow get a W into the gulag if too unfortunate in terms of the attack. And true enough, because we saw earlier how crazy they are. As you can see, the aggressiveness of all of the players from Immortals Esports, Yonko, Apex, even if they got a better position, they are being annihilated. But it's still okay from them because they know for a fact that they still have a chance to go back into the battlefield. But moving on and having a great number of kill points, they just only need to also think on how to strategize to stay on top, to stay on to the top 3 so that they will have an additional points. And the one that we are seeing from OBS, even if Price is being alone, he's just trying to make sure that he will be the top 3 place or the top 2 placement. And true enough, he got the top 2, and that's additional points. And Leap Unbound at the end, getting the W. And congratulations once again, because MJ yesterday being the GOAT. Right now, another MJ trying to stay being the GOAT so that there's no any other conversation or arguments who will be the GOAT for this battle. And true enough, MJ got the 2 MVPs already from yesterday and today. That's a back-to-back, and that's consistency. Congratulations once again to Leap Unbound getting the match win and being the MVP, no other than the GOAT MJ.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, right? They got 15 kills. I mean, all right, they got 15 kills and they got the victory points for themselves, placement point for the team of Leap Unbound and Boo. The question is, 4 Kings, before they were taken out, they got 21 kills. I mean, from the top 5, I think they got top 5 if I'm not mistaken from their placement point. So I don't know whether that points of elimination will be enough to actually shut down Team Leap Unbound, even though they got that victory, right? Because 14 plus, I think around 10 points for the first placement point. I don't know. I kind of don't know how the systemized works for the points. I'll check out later on. But somehow I do feel like the team of Leap Unbound needs to be really careful, because Team 4 Kings, they don't really care anymore. They pretty much go all crazy for the kill points, and yet they managed to be at the top 5, and that is the things that is very crucial for not just Leap Unbound but for the rest of the team as well. You talked about how teams are now, or players are now, going in for the farming kills. They roam around, they rotate around the map, the circle, to look for teams for them to kill, and this is what 4 Kings are doing. Immortal Esport is also doing that. And I think Rigid was a little bit too safe on that high ground. They wanted to backstep to Delta, but little do they know, they ended up being taken out very quickly by the team of Delta instead. And that's why leave Maki all alone to be just shut down by Jamal. But as time goes by, Team Delta ended up meeting off with Yoko Apex, who was also trying to play safe. But then Yoko Apex, they did manage to actually control themselves to fight with the team of Delta. Didn't realize that Immortal Esport also come along. So again, this is the question, or this is the storyline of Battle Royale, because Battle Royale is all about the third party. Sometimes you think that you're just playing off, or you're just trying to defend or fight off with only one team. There's always going to be the uninvited guest.
Surprise team where it's gonna be late for you to react, and that what we keep on seeing from the battlefield. And like the one that we keep on telling you guys, the first zone and the second zone, it's a trend that they keep on doing some farming points, and then after that, if there's no any other choice, that's the only time that they're going to show and bring their A game, attacking and pushing, kind of like that. Because one thing that I observe, as you can see, I don't see much of the killer feed earlier from the leap and bound. It's like they are being quiet. It's like the approach was they just really need to find some loot, complete their arsenal, so that they can be confident enough in attacking. Because having your own loadouts, it makes you crazy, right? It makes you a Superman, because for a fact that I've got the perfect attachment for this weapon, so if I'm going to attack my opponent, it's going to be easy for me to knock any other enemy, which is definitely true, and that's the one that we are seeing. In fact, leap and bound being the first one ahead in terms of position, they carry that position for I don't know how many minutes. I think 3 to 5 minutes. They're just staying on that vantage point, and one of their teammates really clearly staying at the edge of that rocky mountain, so that he will be able to share that intel to his teammates, and then after that they can go ahead and decide if they're going to do some attack, go down from that hill or not. But we saw that they keep their momentum and their composure at the very top of that rocky mountain, annihilating all of the opponents right underneath them to get to W, which is really a great plan. Who knows if we might be seeing any other teams doing the same gameplay, right?
Agree. I think that pretty much the best part about Lead Unbound, during even before we see that the rest only left with top 5 teams, we saw how they were guarding the end zone itself, and they realized that okay, Focus is getting closer to us. Let us actually try to shoo them away, and they got Gay, and that was the mistake that was coming from 4Kings. They tried to rotate around, they ended up meeting off with the team of Leap Unbound, but Leap Unbound literally crushes them out, takes down Gay, and ended up Tom Peeps as well as Yato had to rotate to the other side instead, meeting off with Fadros. And not only that we should praise them is the fact that Immortal Esport is right behind them as well. Okay, they could have actually do a third party as well, but Leap Unbound was so all-rounded that they were able to guard from one end to another end. They say that this is our hill, this is our rock, no one can touch us, and they survived 4 players up until the end. And that is why we see OBS left all alone. Only Fry was the only one. Immortal Esport only left with Carl, and 4Kings was only left with Yato, who even tried to clutch it out. Did manage to get 2 kills before he was knocked down, and gave in at least a total of 21 kills in the hands of 4Kings.
Right, and it's gonna be hard because imagine, for a fact that your opponents are really on top, and you're underneath. It's going to be hard for you to really try to recover in terms of position. Especially, it's really hard for you to look up rather than to look down. Because if you're going to look up, it's easy for you to find your better aim. And whereas comparing it to looking down, it's really easy, right?
Yeah.
Plus the fact that we have the aim assist, so that's why Deep and Bound able to really take advantage of that one. And true enough, it's like if you're going to play hard, you should know also on how to play smart.
Agreed, definitely. So It's really amazing. I really think that the first match itself, it has a lot of storylines. We could see how the rotation is done, and as we are talking right now, I know that people are saying we want data, we want data. Hold on, your hostess. Give it up to you guys. Okay, this is the overall matchup for our first match of the day, and it seems that Team Immortal Esport is gonna be at the top, even though with Leap Unbound victory in their hands. They got a 25 points on total, but because of Team Immortal Esport was doing such a great rotation, farming kills with 26 elimination, they got a total score of 31. And I thought 4Kings was gonna chase after Leap Unbound as well. Turns out, even though with 21 elimination, it was still not enough because of their placement point only coming in at that 4 points. OBS at the 4th place, Pave Omni at 17. So that means even though Team FX was trying to catch up to them, this is making it even more tougher because Pave Omni is making it much more deeper, the gap between themselves at that top 10. On the other note, we do see Radiance. Oh, MYSG. You guys at top 8. Oh, I like. All right, with 6 points of elimination with 1 placement point. I mean, I can take it. I take the win already with 7 points.
Yeah.
Ligum with 6. I think Ligum had a really good start out, but I feel like they kind of lose their momentum after they had actually the falter with the team of OBS. Hellas' Vicious as well started out really good, but then the momentum kind of dries out a little bit by the mid of the game itself. VVV Renatus at the 11, Rigid Phoenix at the 3rd place, at the 12th place. So the rest of the teams that I'm looking forward right now is I want to see Yonko Apex. Yonko Apex had that placement point, but unfortunately, I feel like they're still maintaining. But again, Leap Unbound leaving off a little bit of points right here for 4Kings. Previously, they only had that average or the difference of 2 points between each other. Now it's still maintained. With 2 points. Only the difference is 208 points to 206 points. I want to see Immortal Esport though. Immortal Esport was supposed to be at 7th place. Do you see Pave Omni, Superclock?
Yeah.
Pave Omni from top 10 moving on to 7th place immediately? Wow, that's crazy. And not only that, FX Academy, our students, unfortunately going down to 12 points or 12th place, giving FD or Faldros to 11th place, possibly have the opportunity to catch up to Hypervivir Esport instead, even though it's around 7 points for them to catch up to go to that top 10.
Wow, your math is getting better.
Thank you.
And just to remind everyone, our matches for day 4, we're done with the first match. Isolated, we're seeing same logo from yesterday, which is Leap and Bound. And moving on to the match 2 for the Group B stage. Let's see, is that going to be another blue banner or logo or not? Because yesterday it's a lot of blue logos and, like you said, orange for the Leap, right? And let's see, because this one is different. Sometimes as a team, you know for a fact that you guys are on top. Sometimes I can go ahead and chill out and make it easy for me so that I won't be stressed enough in playing the last day of the group stage, because my focus right now is how to be ready, my mind, going into the playoffs, because I know for a fact that my team will be part of the playoffs, right? And so I'm expecting that there will be any other blue logo today. It might be a different banner, so it only means I'm calling out any other teams this time. Okay. I'm calling out any other teams. I don't want to see my clan's logo, like, you know, so that you won't be saying that Super Clark is really biased, because I know for a fact that this is live bias satellites. But yeah, I'm thinking about calling out any other teams. I don't want to see any blue logos anymore, because they are already in setting up to the playoffs.
Agreed, definitely. 200 points already in the hands of Team Rigid itself. So Rigid TSG, they've already have it in their bag to go to the playoffs. So we're hoping for the rest of the team to have their lights as well. You might not be able to get to the playoff itself, but hey, who knows? out of the blue, you got that victory because this is back to the OG style, back to the basic of our side, whereby it is isolated, just an additional other feature whereby you got the gulag. And this is where we see how the teams utilize the gulag features inside the isolated map. But what am I saying? Let's take a look. This is Garena Battle Royale Tournament September Cup 2025, match number 1 for the Group B.
Here we go. We're seeing right away for Kings Overload in a New Vision City, their turf. And again, we're seeing the same teams. 4VK. I don't know how many times that they're fighting from this turf. I know already that 4 Kings Overload keeps on winning against 4VK, but last night 4VK able to annihilate them. So let's see if they will be consistent, if they learn something new from that experience, because they know already that they can defeat 4 Kings Overload in a New Vision City. So it's going to be interesting because they know already how are they. They know already all of the playstyles of 4 Kings Overload right now. They know all of the corners of a New Vision City. They know the zip line. They know how to find a perfect moment on using the building, high ground, flying down zip line, and underneath this New Vision City. That's a lot of spaces that they can definitely use and rotate.
Agree. And looking on the side of Crash side as well, I think there's a couple of teams as well around the same area, and definitely it's going to be a lot of early scrimmage on this, even earlier on into our match number 1 of Group B itself, because everybody is jumping on to the same looting area. So I'm worried because looking on the match itself right now, I see that Axis is quite close by to the team of Eminence. So we saw the scope coming in from Axis. The question is, do they want to go in for a fight or not? And we do see right now the calling cards already coming in. Look at that. There's a fight between the team of KM2 as well as TMW Kratos. And looking at the scene, Axis Zeno finally able to take down Laco. So that's going to be a back and forth. KM2 loses 2 of the players to the Gulag, but they still have Ryu as well as L trying to rotate around, trying to avoid the fight with the team of TMW Kratos.
KM2 started rough. As you can see, 2 players into the Gulag. Dormitory is kind of like the same thing with a New Vision City. There's a lot of resources, a lot of buildings that you can use as one of your advantages. And true enough, because we're seeing that from KM2 earlier. And meanwhile, we're seeing Axis. This is a different map, a different location, but a lot of open areas from this location. So it's a matter of you how quick you are trying to adjust and rotate, and also have a perfect chance and also opportunity to upgrade your classes because you are near to the buying station. The trend is also that I'm observing is like a lot of teams chooses to be on a location to where it's closely for them to be at the buy station. And true enough, they just really need to gather more cash and be the first team to buy their own arsenal. Or the other teams, let's say they're too unfortunate to get more cash, the only options that they can do is, upgrade their classes. But that's something that I can also consider that it's also be useful. But think about this way. If your opponents have their own classes as well, if they have some hacker class, it's gonna be useless. So right now, all of the teams leaning towards to get their own loadouts to knock down easily their opponents, just like the one that we are seeing. Axis Zeno is on the ground. Great job from RVH Rick, able to confirm that kill. They're all committed. And speaking of commitment, we are seeing the OG's team from this location as well, no other than Most Wanted. The question right now is how are they going to clearly bring their A game, make sure that they still have the energy to attack, because in terms of position, they are really needing more points to be part of top 10. They're currently at the top 13.
Crazy. Started out with the team of Axis fighting off with Eminence, and then RVH wanted to third party, but little do they know, Most Wanted Vigilante also wanted to do the same, and now they're losing some of the players. But no, just when I say Most Wanted Vigilante was third party, Immortal Esports Exodus comes along as well. This makes it a 5th party joining into the Crash side, and we're losing 2 of the players already. Shiba, as well as coming in right now, some of the players. Wise also been taken out as well. I think Ban will be the next one by Glue as well. So the rest of them are already back into the gulag. Team Eminence just looking over from the distance and say like, we are so blessed that we make the decision to move away from the crash site because hallelujah, there's too many people there.
I couldn't agree more. Maybe that's the play style that they really need to do. Maybe that's the strategy that really works well for them. And that's why we're seeing, like, they got really a good intel and a space that they keep on creating from the powerful teams that they know already from that location. And true enough, because they managed to connect a few shots, cracking out that vest. And although they're not able to confirm that kill, they're not really committed to finish and get the kill point. But it's okay because they're still trying to somehow get a chance of knocking down a soldier. And after that one, it might be definitely a sure kill point from them. And speaking of kill point, we are seeing 4 eliminations for the Poison Ivy. So far, so good. Roaming around ORV outside of the zone, and all of the classes being upgraded as well. And this is the one that we are seeing earlier, being aggressive, third party after third party, annihilating a lot of their opponents, which happens to be the one of the forces to be reckoned with. Immortals Esports Exodus being consistent in terms of their performances. As you can see, Glue is about to stick out, all right, and make sure to stick that weapon and ammos from his opponents. Is that something that we can see? But that's going to be a 2v1 situation. It's going to be hard for you to survive.
Oh, it's really tough. Immortal Esport Exodus is really trying to chase after all the players who was fighting off at the crash site. They're not leaving any steps or any leeway for any players who was hiding out or rotating around the same area. So great job in their scouting though, because I feel like Immortal Esport Exodus is just too cruel right now to a point they're chasing everyone out. But at the same time, right here, closing onto the 4 Kings right now, it seems that Kuzma able to take down one of the players, leaving only Remy all alone here at the Gulag. And I hope that Remy as well as Tokyo will be coming back from the Gulag itself, because they still have a lifeline for them to pick up the rest of the team that are already turned into a dog tag. On the other note, Cosa Nostra. This is a team that we've also talked about yesterday. They had a really good fun round with their location as well as their positioning, but they haven't managed to get their victories on their hands, because so far, no matter how much they try to survive it out, when it comes to gunfight, they still have that difficulty on their own to actually survive till the end for that victory. But hopefully today will be not the same case, because so far I do think that some of the players, they're already comfortable with their positioning to go to the playoff already.
Right. Let's see if that's the case, because right now a lot of teams still outside of the zone, and they're trying to prioritize this time their arsenal, even if they know for a fact that they're still staying outside of the zone, because this is one of the strategies that they keep on doing. They know already that a lot of teams trying to upgrade their classes going into the buy station. So if I'm ready already to attack any other opponents, that's the location that I'm gonna go into. That, like the one that we are seeing from Immortals Esports earlier, they're fighting RVH and Eminence as well. Right now they're fighting a different team in a buy station just like that. We are also seeing the top 1 overall ranking team, which is the Rigid TSG. So let's see if this gonna be the end game of Immortals Esports. It's a good thing Glue, after trying to stick his name to the badge and to the dog tag of the opponent, right now he managed to come back into the battlefield. So Casa, meanwhile, also having some difficulties because powerful players right now trying to also join the party, which is Rigid TSG. Looking at it, 9 kill points with a complete squad. They're showing their individual prowess.
Ooh, I think pretty much a little bit of mistake coming in from IE itself. I think because they were playing too long at the same area to a point that Rigid was able to actually backfire them. But again, I do question Cosa Nostra though, because Cosa Nostra, like I talked about, yes, they are really, really good positioning, but why did they want to ambush IE, who is just playing very safe inside that terminal upgrade, because in that area they have a much better cover up, they have a better hideout itself, so shooting wise definitely will be in the favor of the team of IE. But still, we got 15 teams still surviving, not to worry. I'm not sure two teams that was already going back to the lobby, we'll check it out later on. But so far, Team Blackfire, we got Red been knocked down, they're gonna pick up themselves, but not to worry because the rest of the teams are still surviving. We still got Berto as well as Nazi, who's actually quite far away, but I think they're gonna regroup soon enough. Poison Ivy is quite close by, so they gotta be prepared for that because they are actually trying to guard out that high ground. And it seems that the rocket launcher is back on the scene with the FSJ. Definitely any vehicle who tried to roam around, this is the best part when it comes to having a launcher player. You will be able to take them down and deny them of entrance or easy movement with the vehicle itself. So a really good composure, but then again, Team Poison Izzy gotta be careful. And here on out, Najzi, look at that. Try to use that Rytech. Try to actually do a little bit of damage. This is Rytech Termite. I know what it is. It is a loadout Rytech Termite right there, and they're trying to explode the vehicle. Loving that situation, but the problem is it's still not done yet. So Blackfire, it's either they prioritize the safe zone or they try to get into a better position.
Both of them still struggling right now outside of the zone, and it's like an added pressure that they really need to know and be aware of the amount of the damages that they are getting outside of the zone. Looking at a map, there's a lot of teams still outside of the safe zone. You gotta be careful right now, and the only teams that I'm seeing, no other than 4VK and Team I as well, they managed to be the first one to be inside of the circle, which is really good. We might be seeing them being included or part of the last 4 or 5 teams, or maybe the top 3 teams on this match. But let's see what is going on, because earlier we are seeing Poison Ivy got a better position and also block fire, but right here we are seeing a changes in their rotation because they know for a fact that they're seeing the number 1 team, which is Rigid TSG for the Group B. That's why they're not showing any aggression. They just wanted to make sure to calculate their movements first and to size things up if they can manage to grab the W. If they're going to ambush the Rigid TSG, who knows? But in terms of positioning, again, this is an open area. It's going to be hard, but the confidence would be something that we can observe from these two teams. But in terms of position and a great defense, Poison Ivy got the advantage, and right now they're showing the composure in how to use all of the nades and the smoke grenades that they can throw in front of the Rigid TST. As you can see, it's like a ceasefire right now because they know for a fact that anytime soon, once we have the circle getting smaller, it's like they will be forced to have no choice to attack their opponents. But this time, they already recognize that. They aware from the situation. Poison Ivy chooses to be at the frigid wetland because there's a lot of buildings or houses that you can use to have a great defense fighting against a Rigid TSG. But also Blackfire chooses to be inside of the sanitarium. They're not yet crazy, as you can see, because they only got 3 kills yet. But in no time, we might be seeing the players inside of this sanitarium going wild, fighting against each other, racking a lot of kill points. So let's see. And that's something that I am so excited to find out who will be the color of these teams that we are seeing from the sanitarium will rise and annihilate all of their opponents.
Okay. I saw 4 Kings left the spectate already. I saw the names being left. Are you saying that the 4 Kings already annihilated? They already been wiped out, straight away sent back to the lobby? I don't know. We have to confirm it later on. But on the other note, Immortal Esport fighting off here at the sanitarium. But oh, just went... production, that is very dirty. How dare you go switch to Eminence and then they die? How dare you? That is very dirty. I know that I keep on supporting Eminence, but that is not the right way to show them off, okay? I mean, okay, bye Eminence. Thank you so much for your job, but you still got 2 more rounds to go. Good luck, all the best for the next round. Coming up right now, we got 13 more teams to go. Here on out, the sanitary is going to be the compound that they have to share because the zone is going to close in around this area. And it seems that the team team of Scene is quite close by, and somehow Dario coming in right on top, looking for Kosa, who's Kushna is actually trying to use the helicopter, but already been exploded and unfortunately been taken out by Ivy Dre immediately. So that's a kill immediately because of the explosion. But at the same time, Dario looking for someone from the bottom floor. I don't see if he has anyone, but he goes in for the rewind instead, and they're just gutting off from the high ground on the rooftop of Sanitarium.
Uncrowned Kings doesn't have any crown yet from the Sanitarium. Seeing the map, seeing the circle is going to be wild in no time. They will create some war zone inside of the Sanitarium. Leap is also out here. Immortals Esports are also out here. Can you imagine? A lot of best teams right now, patient and waiting. Ceasefire from any other teams. Casa having some struggles, joining their teammates. And Slough is the only player that I'm seeing inside of the Sanitarium. But Uncrowned Kings getting some damages already from Immortals Esports. And outside of the building, that's your VVV knocked down already. This is the one that that I'm saying earlier, that this will be a chaos in no time. Rigid Esports is also performing, annihilating RVH, and Glue repairing the armor while trying to be ready for another attack. Is he going to stick again his weapon to his opponents? I don't see that one coming.
Oh, Tasan didn't actually spot out the left side. Unfortunately, will give opportunity for Berto to just take him down immediately. But 10 more teams to go. It seems like Glue, you're a little bit too ambitious, man. Shockwave been used by first there. Ended up being swayed away, been thrown out because of the shockwave. But I think that Glue have no problem. He's just been thrown away, and he will be able to revive himself or even reheal himself with the armor plate. And at the same time, Uncrowned Kings, they have the high ground. They keep on giving a lot of pressure for those who are inside the Sanitarium, and they are not giving up at all because, again, they are out of number. They know for a fact that... But they come in for a fight. Why, Dardil? Why? Wanted to go in fight with Apollo when the fact is Apollo is right there already waiting at the window. I don't know what Dardil was thinking, but again, Uncrowned Kings a little bit too impatient to point, giving an opportunity for the rest of the teams to just farm out their kills.
I agree. I don't know what just happened right there. It's like I'm so bored right now. I want to fight.
Yeah.
And he got the fight.
And now leaving first. And first like, man, why you gotta leave me all alone? If we were two together, we could have been surviving it. Man, that sucks.
That's losing the chance of, having a better position and somehow getting more kill points. But it is what it is. That's the decision being made, and that's the mistake that we are seeing from any other teams, losing their discipline, losing their patience. But enough of the patience, because right now Poison Ivy got a lot of patience. They know already when or how crazy the situation is inside of the building, and also seeing the rigid TSZ on their left corner. So that's why they chooses to look for a better cover to where a huge rock that they can have right now. So it's a matter of questioning them how clever they are and looking for the perfect opportunity to attack the TSG or not, or maybe they're just gonna wait for someone to attack the rigid TSG and do some third party. Those are the strategies that I keep on looking for from any other teams, because we're about to have a smaller circle right here. I think this is gonna be the 5th zone to where they are really trying to be ready and prepared for another chaos. Looking at it, we still have 8 teams and 17 soldiers on boots.
Okay, 8 teams, and it seems that Poison Ivy, they're trying to make sure that they got it out the end zone instead. They don't want to go into the Sanitarium, which I do agree, because there's too much there. I mean, just stay where you are, man. I mean, like, why you want to go in when you know for a fact that it is a massacre inside there? That's a massacre. And the fact that the zone will definitely push most of the players who are trying to get out of the Sanitarium to be shut down. And this is where we see Uncrowned Kings, unfortunately, will be eliminated immediately, leaving 4 more teams to go. Poison Ivy having a little bit of messiness, trying to go in for a fight with the rigid TSG. Can they spot out the rest of the players? It seems that they do get some of the kills. 16 kills already in their hands, but at the same time, Cosa Nostra is on the right side. So this is a 3-way fight. Either those who are trying to survive from the Sanitarium, which is left with 2 players, or we do see rigid TSG with a full squad gonna fight with the Poison Ivy, who also have a full squad. So Odds-wise, I do kind of feel it might be in the favor of Poison Ivy unless Rigid TSG plays around with the compound and Cosa Nostra. On the other note, if they can actually hold their position, try to play it wisely, and let Poison Ivy play it off with its RGDT or Rigid TSG instead, they might have the chance to just take down a little bit of kill or steal some kills from the side of these two teams who are actually fighting. Because see, Cosa Nostra is just not joining the fight. So this is up to Poison Ivy versus Rigid TSG to end it all off for them to get that fight.
Which is the better decision
Right?
that Casa needs to make right now. But Rigid TSG able to recognize that one, trying to rotate and close out the gap in terms of position. As you can see, pushing forward. Cosa, damn, got knocked down on the ground. Another kill point from Rigid TSG.
Kyle.
This is a matter of
Kyle.
Rigid TSG fighting against Kyle TC. Is this going to be a clash? Oh my God, got knocked down on the ground. And Slashy being slashed out by Kyle TC. Oh my God, what a great start from the Poison Ivy Team Atlas. I can say right now, consistency is the key. The last match from yesterday, they got the W, they got the victory right now. Starting off the day 4, they managed to grab another win. That was really insane. It was really an intense battle in a sanitarium and getting the clutch.
Kyle. I was almost going to say maniac. Kyle TC maniac. Fun fact, if you guys know the reference, you guys are amazing, by the way. So anyway, crazy backstab coming in from him. He knew. I know he knew, because the fact is, Rigid TSG did not spot him out from his area, from that container, and he just abused every opportunity that Rigid TSG did not know at all. And the teammates, the rest of the teammates of Poison Ivy be like, Kyle TZ, you dirty girl, dirty boy. I mean, like, that was good. I mean, like, seriously, heads up to the side of Team Poison Ivy for that rotation. I do want to give also credit to Rigid TSG because they denied of Cosa Nostra of their movement to be waiting around while Poison Ivy was fighting with Rigid TSG. But the problem is that the moment you go in for the fight with Cosa Nostra, this is where Poison Ivy gets a little bit smarter. They take advantage of the team of Rigid TSG being occupied to fight, or ended off the two players of Cosa Nostra. Ended up they had a better rotation, and that's why they were able to backstab. But this is the highlight we see so far. Coming off, Poison Ivy was actually having a fight with the team of 4 Kings, and then they were able to take down some of the players of the team, which is I'm still wondering, was it very earlier that the team of 4 Kings Overload was wiped out back to the lobby, or was it just me because I saw them already left the lobby already? So I'm hoping for the best. I'm just looking forward to see what it's going to be like for the overall standings of the match itself.
Well, you were right in saying that they were annihilated early for Kings Overload, and that's one of the one that we are seeing earlier. They're trying to, there you go, 4 winter left the battlefield, so it only means that 4 Kings went back early to the lobby, and just like that, this the interesting part and the chaos being created by the Poison Ivy. The point that Pasha Bunny is saying earlier is like they are being smart enough. And I didn't notice Dre is also out there, so I thought it was only Cal TC, but that's really a great teamwork being shown by the Poison Ivy. That's how you do it. That's how you do some flank effectively executed, and definitely a smart way to end the battle, because you know for a fact the Rigid TSG got the mechanical skills, and also they're targeting closely the Casa players, and that's the time that they rotate and become a sneaky players. That goes out to Kyle TC. That's the one that we saw earlier. That was a use up and a great teamwork being shown by Dre and Kyle TC at the very end. But looking at the scores and the kill points from each players, Dre was the one getting the MVP. But the clutch POV that we saw, it was crazy. Kyle TC looking good in the sanitarium, ending all of the players of the Rigid TSG. Congratulations for getting the win, and the MVP is no other than Poison Ivy Dre.
Oh my god. And I bet this is the youngest of them all from the team of Poison Ivy. I have no doubt. Because look how young he is. Look how young it is. Don't tell me with this kind of baby face and you're telling me he's 20 years old. Nah, I know he's probably like 12 years old. I mean, minimum wise 12 years old. I would say that. If you're telling me he's 10 years old, I'm done. I ain't playing BR forever. Because if you have this monster inside the Battle Royale, I'll be crying. I wouldn't want to play. I saw Dre at the kill feed already. I'm done. I'm going. Bye-bye, everybody. I'm done. And I haven't even playing BR for a long time, you know? Because I'm scared to death how good people are inside the Battle Royale. But shout out to Dre. I mean, yeah, definitely the end of the highlight gives out to Kyle TZ. But I think Dre gets the most on, even from the start of the game itself. Pretty much Dre was doing a lot of initiation. He was the one who actually get on for the games itself, go in for the fight, gets those kills and stuff for the team of Poison Ivy. But it's not just him. I think pretty much the rest of the players as well from the Poison Ivy did a great job as well. So total kills wise, I think Poison Ivy also get probably 20 kills as well in their hands. I wasn't able to catch most of the players' kills, but again, great job from the team of Poison Ivy, Dre as well, and Kyle TZ. I'm sure you're probably really proud of yourself. Definitely, I would be very proud. And looking forward to see what's going to be like for the rest of the overall standing. I mean, we know for a fact that Rigid TSZ is right now on top with the 200 plus points, 280 point if I'm not mistaken, 232 or 218. I'll check it back later on. But 264. Oh, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is going to add on into today's match, I think. Yeah, pretty much. And that's showing how Rigid TSG, they don't need much. Just like what Supercloud say, not to be biased. It's not that he's saying that Rigid don't do too much, okay? Don't try hard too much. It's just the fact that we know that you're gonna actually back that playoff. You're definitely gonna go into playoff. There's no other teams that is going to be able to catch up to you at 200 points. Only we want to see the rest of the teams having their own highlight as well. And so far right now, we are seeing Poison Ivy also be able to catch their own highlights. I think Four Kings also was able to give a little bit of the highlights to themselves. The question is, I want to see if top 10 teams, are they gonna actually secure it, especially from that top 10? Because right now it's only between the race of top 10 as well as the bottom 11. I'm gonna call it bottom 11 because until you go to chase after that top 10, you are at the bottom. You're not gonna be able to chase after that qualifier line until to the playoff if you don't chase after that top 10. Do you agree on that, Super Clock?
100%.
Yes, sir.
Great point out there. So that's why I'm so excited to see what will happen on the match rankings and also how it changes the leaderboards that we have for the overall rankings of the Group B. So far, we are seeing or giving you a great exposure to the MVP of the Poison Ivy, doing some great start in terms of their performances, winning the match one in isolated map for Group B. And like I've said yesterday, I wanted to see a different logo, which Poison Ivy gave that last night. They ended the battle crazy and clearly a dominant team for the last match. And it's so ironic because we started the game for the day 4 and Poison Ivy getting the win. So it's like if we're going to continue the day, for me, it's still a back-to-back win for the Poison Ivy. And it's also a good call out because I mentioned earlier that I really wanted to see a different logo. And true enough, after having an orange logo on the first match for the Group A, we're seeing a black and white logo for the Poison Ivy. And in terms of match rankings, Rigid TST still got the first spot because of the number of elimination, followed by the Poison Ivy, which is really crazy, ending those battle in a sanitarium. Same thing with Immortals Esports. They started strong, farming a lot of points, but not able to sustain that energy moving into the last zone, so that's why we don't see them right fighting against the top teams. But still, they managed to be part of the top 3 in terms of the total points.
Yep, definitely. I think pretty much we are seeing most of the teams that they were having a good time, or just pretty much having the stamina to fight off, or having a gunfight, team fight itself. A couple of farming kills already been done already. Let's see, like KM2, even X's, they were the one who tried to go in for a fight with the team of Eminence, but ended up being crashed by the team of RVH, and RVH ended up being crashed by Most Wanted as well. And then Most Wanted was also been swept away by the team of Most Wanted Vigilante as well as Immortal Esports. So those shows that the time where teams are just trying to go in for a fight at the crash site ended up being crash. Pun intended, the crash site has been crashed out by all of the teams who join in for the uninvited guests. But then again, we are having only the overall match yet. We haven't get the overall standing for the Group B, which I am very, very hopefully for the best, hoping for the best for the rest of the teams, because I think that Poison Ivy probably be able to catch up. They probably have some of the points already, pushing themselves on top of the teams of Blackfire, if I'm not mistaken, and then some of the teams as well right now who is actually at the bottom 11. Now that's the question, how much points that they might be able to catch up for them to actually turn things over or overtake those who are at the top 10 going into the playoff tomorrow. But that is just me talking. We are going to have a short break. Please do not go anywhere. Stay tuned. Please give it up the warm and welcome as well as applause to all of the players and teams who are joining in the Garena September Cup 2025. We'll be right back after this for match number 2.
And welcome back to Garena September Cup 2025, the first ever BR tournament for a very long time with 25,000 US dollars. And still here with me, Fasha Bunny. And I just wanted to share some story first before we start the blackout. And this is kind of like after or while on break, I just realized something. The city that I'm seeing from isolated map, since there's a gulag, the play style of the team is like they really need to get their own arsenal first before they go out, because it's really hard to grab the W into the gulag, so lower chances on going back to the team. In playing in a blackout map, they can start farming points right away. Why? Because it's easy to get the dog tag, right? So it's clearly different in terms of playing blackout now, because right off the bat, we might be seeing some chaos right away. A lot of actions, a lot of engagement, especially if a lot of teams or multiple teams will be dropping off into the construction site. If they're going to join Four Kings main team right in the construction site, that's when we will be seeing how are they going to farm points. And that's why also, if we are seeing earlier, one team keeps on staying longer in one location from the isolated map because they are really confident already. Same thing as well with the blackout map. They will stay longer, keeps on farming points, and that's the one that we are seeing yesterday as well from the Ghost Town fighting against Casa and Four Kings Overload, because they know for a fact that they can get more points, and that's one of the strategies that they keep on doing so that they will be able to be part of, like you are saying, top 10 teams, not top or below 11 position, right?
Yeah, exactly. And for those of you guys who are wondering what are the datas for the overall standing of our Group B, let's check it out. I want to check out as well because we kind of missed it out. Thank you so much, production. Right here, we are seeing Rigid TSG still at the top with 264 points. Immortal Esport Exodus right at the second place with 214. Poison Ivy, they were at the bottom, but now they are at the same par with Blackfire. But the problem is, when we go in for the tiebreaker rules, right, we always make sure that we go in for the victory first, and then after that we go for the kill points. So kill point wise, right, Poison Ivy is much more higher with 140 points. That's why they are at the third place. So Blackfire is at the fourth place, Four Kings Overload on the fifth place, VVV Virus at the sixth, Cosa Nostra still at the seventh place, KM2 at the 8th, Leap Main at 9, and 4 Valiant Kings Main at the 10th place. TMW Kratos. Now the question is, you guys need 11 points for you to catch up to 4 Valor Kings main. So far, I do see there's a lot of struggle coming in from TMW Kratos to actually survive. Team fight wise, they haven't had enough time, because look at this. Placement point wise, they got 1 kill at 1 point, and elimination wise, they got 51 points. So the problem with TMW Kratos right now is not pretty much of how they want to go in for the gunfights, but survival wise for them to get that placement point. And RVH Gemini with 50 points, I think they could be either one. If they want to actually perform better, if they can improve their gameplay as well, they could be on the same strike or on the same run with the team of TMW Kratos to actually fight off against 4 Valor Kings main. But that is if they can do better for the rest of the match, because we have 2 more matches to go for tonight, and this is the last night, the last chance. It is the last chance for you. So see, definitely you got to do something so that you can qualify to the top 10. If you are at the bottom 11, we're not gonna see you anymore. We're like, who are you? But we do appreciate you guys being part of Garena September Cup, and we hope for the best. And hopefully you guys have a lot of input, a lot of knowledge and experience from the September Cup. And like AJ Mustachio said to me, we hope for the best that Garena makes more of this tournament soon in the future. I really hope so, because we haven't had a lot of BR tournaments lately, and we hope that this could be a stepping stone for every one of us from the BR community, because I know you guys are looking for it just as much as I do.
Right, and a lot of stories and a lot of content that I keep on seeing that some of the majority of the streamers actually in the pro teams keeps on requesting to have more exposure and more tournaments for BR. And here we go. This is the tournament that we are talking about. We are starting Blackout map, going back to the group A. So let's see how it goes. I talked about construction site earlier, having 4 Kings choosing that one, but let's see. I don't see any teams right now going into the ghost zone, and I was right. That's gonna be their turf, as you can see. 4 Kings flying down into the construction site, but I don't know what is going on from the cargo docks. Looking at the number of teams there, that's 4 teams in a cargo docks. What is definitely going on? What do we have in cargo docks? You have a lot of choices. You have a lot of maps. Oh, this is the one that I am sharing earlier. Farming points.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Newtown Island, High Tech, Array, Fiery Rage is still open for you guys, but yet you guys want to go to cargo docks. Okay, why not? Let's go. We want to go out with a bang. So let's see. So far, we are seeing there's a lot of back and forth shots coming through, but it's not going to be enough to take down anyone just yet. Unless it's vicious, they spot out the LSK, and it seems that LSK also seems to move away already. Let's see if Seven can survive it out, because he's on the other end right now. Shots are being sprayed from the other end. It seems that LHS visitors are not letting them off as well. Ligam is on the other end, and it seems that they might actually meet off with the team of RGD, because we see Maki is already on the high ground with the one and only Nelpo, and it seems that Sarah say, hey, can I join the party as well? I want to jump in, but Maki say, I'm going down. So Nelpo will be the one who actually been having a shot by Sarah, and they also say, we want to go down as well. We don't want to join in with the third party that is coming in from the LHS Vicious.
A lot of actions going on. Legam loses 2 soldiers already, and Lexus Vicious trying to be vicious from this cargo docks. And here we go. What a great team are being shown right now. They know already that someone is out there. They hearing the wings being used already by the LSK, and true enough, they changes the location right away and going up already, trying to find a better angle. That's a complete squad from the Team G Lexus Vicious. So let's see. They're trying to be ready, hacking it out, knowing the number of opponents that they've got from this location. Still, this is the farming points already started from 4 different teams already. Right off the bat, we are seeing Team Vicious getting 2 kill points only from this map, but they're still staying longer at this location. So let's see what's going to be the outcome, what's going to be the end game from these different teams. And I'm also seeing Rigid Phoenix about to join the war. Can you imagine? That's how you do it. That's how you do the perfect third party.
Is that a dingo? I think that is a dingo, mate. That dingo was a goat. Managed to take down Nepal very goodly. Amazing shots coming through. I think Hellish Vicious for that third party was just superb. So Ligam, gotta say goodbye. They're going back to the lobby. Whereas I do think that Rigid is still around the area, so they're still surviving. Immortal Esport Exodus on the other. Alien with 2 players right at the bottom, but he did manage to take down Vine. But unfortunately, the trick comes in by Siri, so there's no problem for Siri to pick up. But there's one more player to go. Exodus is right there as well. Exodus is looking for a way. Rewinds back by Siri, but Siri looking into the warehouse, doesn't spot anyone, but he will be the one who takes down Immortal Esport, the last man standing, and gets the W.
Siri for the clutch. Great job out there, not losing any composure at all. He is definitely confident, and that's one of the keys in winning the gunfights. And true enough, because he managed to survive, and he managed to help out his team to go back on his team. And meanwhile, as you can see right here, Leap and Bound also trying to stay on top, fighting against LSK. Earlier, LSK, we're seeing them in the cargo docks after being a dock tank and scanning quickly. Right now, they're changing their location, but too unfortunate, MJ is out there knocking him down. So let's see how it goes, because right off the bat, Leap and Bound clearly showing how good they are maintaining that building, and clearly losing those opportunities from the opponents, getting some use damage from them. And meanwhile, we're also seeing some Pave teams having a complete squad and a good start. 3 total kill points from Pave.
Oof. I mean, looking good so far. Leap Unbound, they don't need to worry much. But then again, we are talking about the difference of 2 points. So I know Leap Unbound, they don't have that much of breathing space compared to Rigid TSG, because Rigid TSG, they already left out our top 2 with 30 points behind compared to those who are trying to actually catch up to our top one at the Group B. So Leap Unbound, they still need to be on their toes. Now, Hellish Vicious, they really had a really good start, or especially the fact that they managed to dominate the cargo dogs. The question is, VVV is also in the scene. It seems that they want to join the fight, but they're trying to take things slow. They want to make sure that they can surprise attack, ambush Hellish Vicious without them even knowing. And I hope that that could succeed, unless the fact that the zone is closing in, it might actually be backfired by themselves as well. But here, Asta unfortunately will not be able to survive it out. Will be spotted out by Kets immediately by Team Pave Omni, so that could be another kill for him. But Gap FD, Fadros is still having one player who's hiding behind this sport car. The question is, how long can you actually wait it out, because zone is eating your life, even though this is just the first zone. But then again, if I think they know this, because they're still trying to rotate around. They might not know this, because heads up for you guys, there's not gonna be any stream snipe, okay? The delay, I saw the freaking delay for this production. It is so freaking long. I think it's like more than 5 minutes. So there is no way that Pave knows that Gap is right here. So Pave definitely will be going into the safe zone, and Gap will be just waiting, because my bro is back already for the revival. So now just hoping for the next dog tag, which is Asta.
Agreed, and we are coming back into the cargo docks once again, to where we're seeing different teams. This time VVV. It only means that they manage to somehow push their opponents, but they don't get any kill points.
Yeah.
But right now they're focusing on rotating, trying to be at the buy station so that they can upgrade their classes. And speaking of upgraded class, we are seeing Team Delta got the completed one, but too powerful from the OBS, because they're on top. They're on top of the hill. Great angle that they're definitely trying to capitalize in Quasi, with the FHJ being used right now, and also trying to rotate in the asylum, or I keep on saying a huge maze mansion. And true enough, because you just really need to be clever in how to take advantage of the maze in the asylum, because it might be the advantage, or it might be too difficult for you if you don't know where to go, if you don't know if you are keep on getting lost from the maze.
Agree, and I do agree on the fact that it is very tricky there, but I always feel like asylum is like my home, my my safe place. It's like, because I'm crazy, I'm local like that, so I always feel like I find warmth at asylum. But on the other note, the warmness within the team Leap Unbound is not gonna get even more tougher, because they're gonna meet with Radiance right now, as A was just been taken down when he was just trying to pick over from the stairs. But at the same time, we still have P still surviving. Let's see if P will be able to actually have a good proper composure to run away from the situation, and at least maybe once Leap Unbound move away from this compound, they might be able to get the dog tag. But that's just gonna be a farming kill, because 9 kills already collected by the team Leap Unbound Unboo. At the same time, we have P as well as D. I think D just came back as well for the revival flight, so not to worry. But Burn just burned the freaking vehicle of HLX Vicious. I saw that. Great explosion coming in from him. I'm not sure if that's gonna be a full wiped out from the team of Hellish Vicious, but I feel like that could be. Yep, that is. He got a total wipeout with the explosion of vehicle. That's why FAJ, it's so important, guys.
100%. And right now we're seeing two different teams already hyped. Still got the energy. Cloud and smoke being thrown already, trying to rotate from the hype. And Seiji still at the edge of that Rocky Mount. Dab is about to push in. And here we go. Let's see if he can make it. Dab is definitely having some me time from the muscle car. And true enough, being the best driver, he managed to survive. So let's see how it goes, because right now we're seeing two dog tags, and Rosh will be coming back, and LE at the same time going down to the hill. So let's see how are they going to attack the rest of the team of Team Hype, and also taking advantage of all of the squad boxes available from this area. So LE really need to do a lot of effort. They are top 13 on the overall rankings. They are getting 52 total points, 2-point difference only from the FX Academy, to where we are seeing earlier from the FX. They're having some difficulties. In fact, they're being eliminated from that location. So a better chance for LE Aetherists to get a chance to be on top 12, maybe on top 11, because also Fadru's got another annihilated experience earlier fighting on to leap and bound. So let's see what's going to be the rankings that we might be seeing. But Hype still trying to throw some nades and cloud smoke while trying to rotate and adjust the position.
Okay, it seems that Super Jeff is caught in the corner of the outside zone. Not sure what happened there, but then again, Leap and Bound still fighting with the Radiance. Hype moves away from the team of Pave Omni, but Pave Omni say that we want to join the fight. So Fawn will be the first one to be taken down, and Asta seems having a lot of pressure as well, having a lot of damage. Had to go down, but he still survived. He managed to go into the building through the window, but Pave, on the other note, had a retreat by Cat's been taken out as well. So 3-3. Let's see if Pave can do much more damage to Hype, or else Hype might actually have to move away from this location, because Cats wants to get the dog tag, right? They want to actually revive back the Cats. Pave don't have to worry much. Moving into Asylum again, Delta Gecko is all alone inside their building, which are being preoccupied with the team of LE as well as the team of OBS. So that is very dangerous. But going back to the team of Pave Omni right now, it seems that Omni say they want to go in for a fight. Omni spotted Asta, sprays through the window. Lovely shot, but still not going to be enough. But he did manage to take him down immediately. Now looking for the rest of it. Spotted out Seiji. Koro's going to get the one with Hajime, who is the one who shuts down Seiji. Not sure if that's the one. No, we got Black. Hype will left with one more player to go, but he's been hit. Who hit the... Who did the run? Our favorite 5 Omni? Somebody hit and run them and giving Black an opportunity to run away. But then again, he's already been spotted out by Bunny, so that's going to be the end for him. Hype is going to say goodbye and send back to the lobby. Whereas we are seeing the one who hit and run Pave should be Delta as well as the team of OBS. That third party was so uncalled for, it ended up thinking that Black was going to be in favor. But sorry, Black, you're just going to be dead anyway.
Close quarter battle that we are seeing. Trevor being surprised by Claudie, although Pave really doing well in terms of overall rankings. So they just really need to sustain that one at the very end of the group stage. And what a war that we are seeing on top of that hill in Koro, I mean, trying to use the sniper effectively. Although he connected a few shots right there, but not able to knock down the 2 soldiers of that on that location. Looking also a different team, OBS still being powerful, showcasing how thirsty they are in getting a win, because right now I don't think that they really need to do some extra effort. They just really need to maintain their rankings, because OBS main getting 145 total points already, to where they put it puts them on the rank 3. So let's see how are they going to really be consistent in terms of their performances. Looking at it, 11 elimination already from OBS.
Yes, sir. And it seems that the rest of the teams are also going to jump in. Koro got to be careful right behind. Most of the players, or most of the team who came by from the Asylum, they want to go into the safe zone as well. So you don't want to spend too much time around this area. The fact that even though you are trying to fight off with the team of OBS, and you see that it's not just 4 players that you're going to fight off, you got 5 players around the area as well. So team Pave Omni, they gotta be careful. It seems that they are rotating, and I think OBS also saw the rotation coming in, or even the zone closing in, so they said that we're gonna leave it out, surrender first, probably gonna fight into the safe zone instead. Leap Unbound already getting 18 kills, and I'm talking about Burn just now. Burn just burned the ground, exploding the vehicle of Hype. That is just crazy. But on the other note, FX beating on with the 4 kings right here as Gay takes down Dio, looking for the rest. It seems that he goes on for the top. He takes down Jeb as well, but that's gonna be Tom Peace for the kill though. But even though I really was impressed because of how the movement was just so fast by the team of 4 kings Overlook, to a point that they actually shot out or even spot out every single one of the players of FX from every single angle, whether they are on the high ground or even from the lower ground.
A little bit passive gameplay from the 4 kings as well, because as you can see, they just started getting some kill points. They had 2 total of kills right off the bat. But I know this is a second zone already. We are moving on to the mid part of the game. So Faldrus, on the other hand, Mabro able to come back into the battlefield. We're just patiently waiting for Don G from one of the players of Faldrus. Although I'm seeing sad face, I'm not really sure if that's really an accurate data that we are seeing. But looking at the map right now, thank you so much, Mission Control. We are seeing some teams, a lot of teams, majority of the teams at the edge of the safe zone, and LE still surviving. Four Kings is about to really find some good intel. That's the reason we are seeing them using the Snowbee roaming around the map, just for them to get some info that they can be ready and use that intel so that they can be smart in annihilating their opponents. That's how they strategize. And looking at another close quarter battle, and just like that, I'm speaking of Mabro earlier, Malodi loses the battle from the Four Kings main.
I mean, like, what you gonna do, right? Four Kings is just going to scout every single area, whether the compound is already having someone or not. They're just checking. You guys are hiding, we will scout you out. We will definitely seek you. This is a game of hide and seek for the team of Four Kings. You hide, I seek, and I kill some more. So that's a bonus for me as well. So teams right now are left with 8 more, and we are seeing that 12 is already collected by OBS. They're trying to actually fight off with those who are rotating around with their vehicle, but that's a really good move coming in from the team of Pave with the rewind class. But at the same time right now, as they are trying to jump in or even climb the hills, it is going to be a battle between OBS as well as the Four Kings Overload. Let's see who will actually conquer the high hill. Is it going to be the Four Kings who kings and rule the high hill, or is it going to be OBS who say we are the kings? Because so far, let's see, as the class has already been used out, the hacking class will give so much information to the team of Four Kings that the active skill already been taken out, been deactivated. Not only that, you get a lot of input for your teammates as well to be aware how many players is around the corner. And Leap Unbound is also around this area. This king, this hill is gonna scream, guys. This hill alive for the sound of the fighting. So yeah, definitely it's gonna be a crazy hazard right here.
Crazy indeed, and we are seeing some battle against the Leap and Bound and Four Kings, the top two teams, a 2-point difference. But Leap and Bound, in terms of number of eliminations, they are freaking insane. Thirsty for blood, 20 total points already on the side of Four Kings. They just really wanted to be consistent. Looking at the 5 total kills and also hacking it out, they know already that there's a lot of opponents from this area. And just like that, Super Jeff showcasing how super he is, trying to be a hero from the Four Kings main, adding more kill point with a total of 6, rotating on the other side. That's gonna be Void. Let's see if this gonna be the chance for Leap and Bound, annihilating all of the players of Four Kings. And Yato, Super Jeff, and Gay are the players that I am seeing at the edge of the safe zone. What a great flank. Let's see if this gonna be effective. Void trying to connect. Super Jeff use damage, sliding down already, ground and being onto the ground, and Void able to get 2 Ps out there. Yato and Super Jeff saying goodbye already. That's clearly a mechanical skills that Void is definitely showcasing right now, annihilating the top dogs from this top of the hill.
Yes, sir. It seems that 24 kills, Leap Unbound. They don't want to just give up just that, because they already got so much of the kill points for themselves. They want to secure the points as well as the placement point. They got 4 more teams to go. OBS is on the other side of the corner. And I'm surprised that Faldros, even though Gap is the only one left, he still managed to survive at that top 4. Now, the question is, can he actually survive it out? I think Kaz doesn't allow it. Pave Omni will say goodbye to Faldros, denying that positioning even more, because going into the safe zone, you gotta actually get away from the riverside. So top 3 teams right here. OBS is on the left side. Void, gotta be careful there. He doesn't spot it out. Like, ready with your weapon, man. Is it that you use the Jag or AK-117? But Burn takes down Fry immediately. Paul will be the only one left, but at the same time, Babe comes in for the Leap Unbound fight. Dugo will be taken out by Hajime, so they still have that outnumber coming in from themselves. It could be a fight for the Pave Omni right now to get their first victory in their hands, but at the same time, they're trying to fight with the Void. Void is gonna go in down below to Paul and Pave Omni. I think you guys gonna get this kill already. You guys gonna win it all already. Doesn't need to worry about it, but Void, he wants to clutch it out. He wanna make sure that he can manage to do so, but can he survive it out? He got one, but the Sita Trevor takes him down immediately. No revival for you, my friend. And at the end of it all, it's going to be Pave Omni as the victory winner.
Paving the way, Pave Omni getting the first win. Congratulations. That's going to be insane. Although they are really on rank number 6 with total of 83 on overall rankings, this will change somehow. And they really need to do more so that they can stay consistent in having the W from the last day of this group stage. Will somehow have a better stories that they can share to their clan mates. Great job for the Pave Omni. Annihilating them all. I thought it's gonna be deep and bound, but they're not able to sustain it. Although in terms of number of kill points, oh my god, that's gonna be a lot. 20 plus, I think 25 or 26 total points from the leap and bound on that last match. It's gonna be crazy. They're clearly annihilating their opponents, being dominant and looking for any bloodbath. But in terms of the bloodbath on that top of the hill, Pave Omni paving away.
At least we are going to see a new banner, a new flag to be raised up for the map domination itself, because yesterday we keep on seeing a little bit of not to say a little bit, a lot of blues, too much of domination from only one-sided team. So finally, I think this is pretty much also a great opportunity for Pave Omni, because again, we've talked about how Pave Omni, they need to be very aware of their situation. They are at the top 10. They know for a fact that they need to secure that top 10, denying anyone from the bottom to catch up after them, whether it's Faldros, whether it's FX Academy, whether it's RVH Gemini, for all I'm saying. Because again, I think that also just a little bit of heads up for those of you guys who are watching the games just now, the graphic was a little bit confusing as well, because the overall standing was not for the group A just now. This the standing was actually from group B, so that was a little bit of clashing, but not to worry, we're gonna fix it up later on. I mean, it's okay, it's just a mishap. We are human beings, okay? We do make mistakes. Even pro players also makes mistakes, but we'll check out later on the correct overall standing from all of the teams here at the group A itself.
Clearly great performances and clearly focusing on changing the overall rankings, and that's the reason we're showing you the highlights of the battle, to where on Four Kings they started passive and also winning the close quarter battle with a great help of the teammates and getting that kill point and leap and bound. This is the last part to where they stay composed from this location. And Super Jeff, though he started strong because he got the high ground, but Void is out there trying to knock him down, and true enough, he's being successful. And OBS is also trying to do their best just to stay the great vantage point, but it's just so happened that Pave is also out there and also doing some flying successfully, and Void still fighting back to the Pave and still managed to have a better position. But at the very end, as you can see, that's too strong for Void, to where he is in a situation having a 3v1 last battle. And because of that, we are seeing a different logo right now. This time it's all white. Pave Omni, this is the time to where you all give away and respect to the Pave Omni team. This is their first victory after long grueling match that they've got from the day 1 to day 3, and right now we are on the day 4 to where they got their first win. And congratulations for Pave Trevor, rocking 10 kill points and being crowned as the MVP.
Yes, sir. 20 kills by Pave Omni, and half of it is by Trevor. Can I say more? Should I say more? No need. Trevor already said it by the elimination. He takes half of it for himself. But great job coming in from Pave Omni, because we talked about they were at the edge. They were the, how do I say, the line that anyone from the bottom 11 needs to catch up. Pave Omni say, like, if you guys want to be at the top 10 just like us, which Pave Omni is right at the mid of it all, you need to take over us. But Pave Omni say, like, why settle for top 10 when you can get even more? Am I right? So, Pave Omni gets even more, not just with the placement point, with the elimination. They are probably right now not just at the top 10, they probably at the top 5. We will catch on with you guys later on because I don't want to surprise you guys. I don't want to lose that essence of, a surprise as well as a shock way for you guys, because at the end of it all, the fun part is when we share you guys the whole entire overall standing. So again, shout out again to Pave Omni. I think pretty much when it comes to positioning of round number 2 here at the Blackout, they knew what to do. And going into the game itself, even though they were the victory, we gave a heads up to the team of Leap, Unbound, Anbu, because again, after they're able to overtake 4 kings, they deny even more so right here at match number 2 itself, because they got 32 points for that rank number 1. OBS main, also I feel like number 3 is like their lucky numbers, because at this point, OBS is keep on at number 3, not just for the match standing, but also for the overall rankings. Rigid Phoenix at the 4th place, 4 Kings at the 5th place with 10 points, LE Adorus at the 6th place with 9 points, Fadris, on the other note, looking better with FX Academy. Now, my question is this, because that whole Pave Omni has done amazing job to actually go further beyond their top 10. Is this improvement from match number 2? Fadros or FD as well as FX Academy are doing a better job that they can be able to catch up to the top 10 as well. Did they able to actually get the A plus from the professor? We'll watch out after this. We got Hella Suspicious at the 9th place, VVV Reddit is at the 10th place. Now, I want to also give a highlight for the players of Malaysia, because I feel like Malaysia teams are keep going into the right side of the scoreboard of the match standing. So I'm really quite sad, because I really want to see more highlights coming in from Radius, from Yonko Apex, as well as FAG. I don't see FAG. I'm wondering if FAG is joining today at all, because I have a feeling that they didn't even join. So there's a possibility, because we're supposed to have like 20 teams, right? But it ended up only seeing like 17 teams that joined into the lobby. Okay, here's the thing. I know that I don't want to be the one and only, the one who actually talk too much, or like, how do I say, like nagging, like a nagging mother, but I'm gonna be a nagging mother to you. I know this is a free registration, but please have respect to the community, please have respect to the production, please have respect to the Garena tournament level. This is a respect that you have to have within yourself, so that the community respect to you guys as well. I know it is a free registration, but I really hope that you guys commit till the end, even though you see that you might not be able to go into the finals. But then again, I feel like we are going to see the overall ranking straight away. So let's take a look without me getting even more emotional for my nagging. Okay, so Sapaglak, take it away.
You're doing great. You're doing good. And Leap and Bound doing perfectly and having a phenomenal performances for the overall rankings, getting ahead from the rest of the teams. And my partner keeps on saying earlier that the OBS has a lucky number. Maybe because the letters of their clan name is also 3 letters. I don't know. But in terms of their performances, they're still on top 3. Imagine OBS main just, recently created, and I know for a fact that some of the players are really the pro players from the other clan names before in joining OBS main, creating a power cast group for the OBS main. So that's why we're seeing them really being part of the top dogs for the group A. Phenomenal performances out there. And the winner earlier, which is Pave Omni, they got a good I can say statement, because they changes their rankings have been changed. In fact, they're on top 6, and I'm so happy to see that after having 3 matches already, we're also seeing 3 different logos. I love it. I don't see any 4 Kings. I don't see any Rigid Phoenix or logo or Immortals Esports. This is clearly different. Although we saw a Poison Ivy, but let's give them a chance, right? Let's give them also an exposure, because that's their second victory to date.
Yep. Agree, definitely. And talking about how we don't want to give so much of the exposure to Leap Unbound as well as Four Kings. Previously, they had 2 points difference. Well, guess what? Leap Unbound say like no more 2 points, no more having just short or small gaps between each other. We had 22 points. They added 20 points extra so that the team
For
of
real?
Four, yeah, 22
20
points.
points?
Yeah, 20 points for Team Four Kings to catch up to Leap Unbound. And they still have one more match to go for the last night. So let's see if Leap Unbound can maintain that gap between themselves with the Four Kings. Unless Four Kings say, we're just gonna have fun because again the top 10s are pretty much already secured for their placement. The problem is that I feel like there's a lot of changes from the top 10s, like Hype going down below a little bit. Pave Omni surprises off straight away from the top 10, moving into top 6. I'm wondering if for the last match, which will be happening soon enough after we have our break, but right now we're going to continue to Group B, will there be changes as well? Will there be even more surprise coming in from those who are from the bottom 11 to change things up moving into the top 10? So, I mean, this is crazy. A lot of miracles are happening, and this is Garena Battle Royale, CODM we're talking about.
There you go. And we are about to start the Group B for the Blackout map. So this could be interesting. We keep on talking about the changes of overall rankings, and we keep on seeing the ghost down. Here we go once again. So the same team that I am seeing right now. Hasa still dropping off to the ghost down. Can you imagine? But also I'm also seeing a different color this time. So it's interesting, but this is a kind of like second time having a fight in Ghost Town. That's your TMW, if I'm not mistaken. That's your TMW creators, who happens to be at the top 11. But let's see how it goes, because this is going to be their chance right now to start farming early from this match. So let's see if Kratos will be getting more kills, or Casa once again having a head and taking them down easily right off the bat.
Okay, this is deja vu. Didn't TMW was taken out yesterday already at the Ghost Town by the team of Cosa Nostra? Why? Why are you still trying to contest this Ghost Town? I mean, we saw so much of the fight was done by Cosa Nostra, also denying the team of Four Kings Overload as well at the same area. Why would you want to contest even more? Like saying like, we want to do it the last time. This is the last day. Let's do some highlight. Let's do some challenging statement. Let's say like, maybe who knows, we can dominate this Ghost Town once and for all and Cosa Nostra out of the scene immediately from the map itself. But I don't know. It's really tough because seeing how Cosa Nostra so comfortable at this map or at this area itself, I feel like they already know how much loot things that they can get, what are the things that they can actually go in for a fight. And look at this. Look how TMW is just hiding off on the rooftop together. They're warming out. Boys and girls, if this is happening in Malaysia, we have this JAIS, an organization that actually captures you guys who are staying together, because this is maksiat, okay? This is maksiat what we're talking about. Very not legal for everyone who is not married just yet, okay? Very not nice. But okay, it's just game anyway. Coming in right now, Cosa Nostra, I like the fact that I love their patience. From yesterday, we've already saw their patience here at the Ghost Town. They waited out, waiting for the teams to just go in for a fight. TMW made a lot of mistake yesterday, whereby they jumped down below and give that opportunity for Cosa Nostra to surprise attack them. So I hope they learn from the mistake. If they want to do a statement, do it today, do it now, because it's now or never, right?
Correct. And I think they learned a lessons already. That's why they're trying to camp out, trying to be patient, making sure that this vantage point that they're having right now is one of the things that they can use as one of the perfect tools to knock down Casa. But right here, both of the teams doing the same thing, not having any engagement at all. Maybe
it's gonna be a long night, everybody.
Maybe we can change right now, because since we don't see any action from these two teams as of the moment, and here we go. I think I was heard by Jadul, trying to close out the gap already. And here we go. This is a battle that we are about to witness from these two teams. This is a good vision that we are showing you. Thank you so much, Mission Control. And just like that, Rigid Stellar being a star already right off the bat, annihilating one of the players of Eminence. And just like that, oh my God.
Wait, what? Triple kill by Stella, and we're still looking at TMW. We're wasting so much opportunity to see Stella getting that kill. But anyway, this fight is already starting right here. A-Slot takes down Jadul and Maui. That's double kill right there going on right now. Kosa knows for a fact there's two players already still surviving. They're going to go in for a fight right there. He says that they're going to jump. Raph sprays as much as possible. Can he get it done? Takes down Maui. Sprays as well to Gray. Gray will be the one to be taken out by A-Slot and leaving only Jadul all by himself. And that's going to be a wiped out immediately. But 3 kills. We still have one more play to go. Where is the rest of the TMW? I want to see where's the TMW. Is it the end for them? Because there's only 3 kills.
It has been ended.
Oh, that's Cholo. Cholo. I know you there. Very nice. Okay, we still see Cholo right there. But there is an uninvited company coming in from the Pave Omni, our winner of our recent match just now.
Yep, that's the main team of
Pave main. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
Yep, it's all good. It's all good. But Casa still maintaining their composure. They know already that someone is out there doing some third party. And this time for VK, we're not able to see them if this is the first location that they chose. But still not yet down with the war from the Ghost Town, and still seeing a lot of ghost people that we have from this Ghost Town. Truly a ghost map because of the supply boxes available right now that the Pave main team can take advantage of, and because of the third party, it really works. 3 kills right off the bat. That's a farming kill points already from the Pave main team. And looking at the number of teams, we still have 14 teams to go with 45 soldiers on boots, and Kai getting a lot of damages. So let's see if he can still manage to survive. But looking at it, this is the 4th team this time. Blackfire joining the chaos outside of the zone, checking, scouting. Let's see if there will be any footprints at all. And I was right, Kai not able to make it because of the use damage, and still outside of the zone, he's not able to make it. So let's see how quick they are in scanning the dog tag. But this time Blackfire decided not to engage because Berto not really getting any footprints at all from the Ghost Town, so they decided to be inside of the circle. But right here, we're still not yet done from the Ghost Town. 2 players left from Pave and 4 VK. Superman, oh my God, that's my dad. My dad and the dad of Super Jeff of 4 Kings made. That's Superman out there. And Lee main team is also trying to engage with the battle. So let's see, they're also outside of the zone with a cloud of smoke being thrown already, roaming around using the antelope. Let's see, being confident enough, creating some diversion, and a lot of noises being made and being hit. Yato really thrown away in the air just like that, and Bax is also onto the ground. KM2 scanning, KM2 doing some reset. 3 soldiers still remaining that we are seeing right now from the POV. And Sato, even if he got hit by the vehicle, he managed to survive. And oh my God, Rigid Esports Lay trying to engage. VVV Kuzma got knocked out on the ground. Same thing with the San, annihilating them all. And Solo still surviving strong from the TMW Kratos, clearly making sure that they can still be on top. And Rigid Esports this time, as you can see, 2 dog tags right off the bat, 8 kills in total, being consistent and still the top dog from the Group B.
Crazy. It's really crazy right now. We are seeing finally a lot of the gunfights coming into the safe zone. There's a lot of teams also at the outside zone. So far, most of the teams are still prioritizing, which I feel like if either you go in for a fight for the Arsenal airdrop, which we are seeing right now between the Immortal Esport with the Blackfire, because so far right now, 2 of the Blackfires already been taken down. Berto been shut down immediately by Immortal Esport, so they gotta back off immediately before they lose even more players. Because again, when it comes to Blackout, you are back to the basic. You don't have any good luck to actually save you to come back alive, or even for anybody to actually help you off, unless they go in to get the dog tag or even revive you back. As we see right now, Team Blackfire is overlooking through that dog tag and wondering if they can actually wait it out for Immortal Esport to move away, and then they can pick it up to revive back Red as well as Berto. But Immortal Esport, they're not giving up. And Leap main on the other note, Klepsy just got Bane from the Most Wanted. Got one more hit, and it seems that that's just them rotating around the map and making sure that they get some kills for themselves. Because again, they're at the top 9. They just need to be making sure that they survive that top 9 until the end of today's.
Right, crazy planning that we are seeing right now from the Leap main team. As you can see, 3 players roaming around a map using all of the vehicles available from this location, going outside of the zone, seeing the players of Most Wanted. So let's see if the Most Wanted team be able to survive, because that's the only thing that they can do so far. Shiba and is also out here going inside of the circle. So let's see how it goes, because right now Shiba not able to make it, because Aspect able to clearly having a good prospect and knocking him down, and Aspect confirming that kill. That's how committed he is in finishing the fight.
Great expectation coming from Expect, because he knows for a fact that long range can definitely reach out to Shiba. So great job. Still left with 2 more players to go for the team of Most Wanted. Let's hope for the best if they can be able to actually come back alive, because it seems that Bane has already been revived back, so don't need to worry much. Just waiting for him to just come back and regroup back with the rest of the team. The question is if they can be able to get Shiba's dog tag safely without being spotted out by the team of Lip or any other players who are actually around the area, because zone is closing in. So look at this, Leap still chasing after Sixto. I'm not sure if they realize this one player who's hiding underneath the tree, because I think they're still they spotted out. I spoke too soon. Sixto, I'm so sorry, man. Klepsy, his eyes is like an eagle. He can see through everything, man. I don't know what, I don't know how, but he just saw you and he did not let you out.
Clearly, I couldn't agree more. And we're showing you right now RVH and Blackfire fighting against Rigid. So let's see if they can make it, because we are seeing 3 soldiers right now from the Rigid with the cluster grenade being thrown, and also Cloud is Smoke just to make a better cover. And here we go, Nasty DC with the sniper, and this is going to be an open air battlefield. So it's kind of like the situation not really having a good or a better position from the Rigid Esports because of that sniper from the Blackfire. So let's see how are they going to come up with a better strategies, because looking at it, as the zone is definitely shrinking, we're also seeing the Immortals Esports joining the war. So let's see how are they going to end this battle. And just like that, that's a close water battle in Secret, not showing any secret anymore, knocking down Nash DC.
Oh, great job with the Jag. I mean, close range, you got a Jag, you're done for. That's it. That's pretty much it for the team Blackfire, who's hiding off. But on the other note, Rigid also got to be careful as well, because they're only left with 3 players. But I think they got the dog tag already. They got to revive the teammate. But I do see that one of the players, Secret, just got hit as well by Rinka. There's a back and forth coming in from Immortal Esport. They're farming each other's kills. But yet again, they might be able to... Look at that. Stella just got the dog tag as well. This is again, they're just saying like, let's farm each other's kill, let's have some fun, the speed is sick, I want to do some time mesh right now. So there's a lot of kills that's already been given out to both of the teams while they are trying to go into the safe zone. Aces on the other note, oh my god, Aces are having a very, very peaceful, harmonious time, because they're hiding off at the array and there's not much of engagement. Nobody actually is here, because the safe zone itself is on their area and nobody is going in just yet, except for them who has already put themselves here. But Ban, who just came back, he jumps off straight away into the satellite, and he doesn't even have any weapon, he doesn't even have any resources. And wow, okay, this is like a promise between each other. They're like, they already stick together. They say like, you guys take one, each other gets that satellite. Like Sixto getting 1 satellite, Ban getting 1 satellite, and I know for a fact there's 1 more satellite already having 1 Most Wanted as well on that other side as well. So 3 players. Yeah, there you go, Shiba.
What happened? What is going on?
I'm done. I'm done.
But anyway, going back into the battlefield, Leap is also out there having a complete squad. And that's once again, that's your main team, Rigid Stellar, roaming around with the use of that vehicle. So let's see. And Axis Melvis clearly knowing that location and about to join Rigid Slashy, having some engagement from Casa. And let's see them able to knock him down. And Dem is the only player alive right here from this location, joining the team, doing some regroup, which is the key in having a better position, hacking it out. Another pressure being added from their shoulders, because in no time they can decide to be aggressive and pushing in their opponents. But so far so good, because they're not showing any aggression at all, because Axis is the one trying to get some kill. That's really crazy insane, because why is 69 being caught off guard and Melv getting the win from that close quarter battle? But they are not yet done. We're still seeing two players from Most Wanted. Axis Melv is the only player alive rotating from this area. Sekre still trying to showcase how good he is, even if he's just being alone, trying to carry out the team of the Rigid TSG. So the question is, how long can he stay alive from this map?
Agree, definitely. But then again, I finally realized that Most Wanted already jumped down from the satellite. I like it. I mean, how long you're gonna stay there, right? Definitely a very interesting scene to be looked out or even witnessed. But then again, they're back again. We do see Wise coming in from the revival flight. Sixto on the other node, unfortunately, will not be able to come through. But Leap, again, leaping to every single opportunity to get the kills. 18 kills in precise right now, able to actually be found out by themselves. So again, they don't need a leap of faith. They need a leap of milk, because they are so crazy getting those kills.
They really need it, because in terms of overall rankings, they're on top 9. So if they wanted to change the leaderboards once again, that's the time to where they can showcase how good they are, having a phenomenal performances. And speaking of performances right now, trying to be consistent. 14 kills in total, 2-digit kills right away from the Rigid TSG, but also having a great challenge from Casa. Casa clearly showcasing how powerful they are, having a complete squad. As you can see, open area battlefield, even if they're being attacked by Immortals Esports, they're still on their feet, trying to get away, using the snow beam, being faster. As you can see, they are clearly committed, and still, oh my god, a lot of ammos being wasted already. And even if some of the shots are connected right now, this time because of the explosion, that's the only time we are seeing one player going down to the ground, which happens to be Costa Kush.
Wow, Hasbu. I mean, nobody is able to catch him, even though he's right in the open, because everybody is preoccupied. We got the team of Leap as well as the TMW. Immortal Esport is on the scene as well, trying to fight with the Kosa as well. So Immortal Esport is just having a great time. And Wallbang is back. Damn you spotted out TMW's just camping around this area, and oh my god, damage all over the place. And Jadul, I don't know what you're gonna do, because everyone is dead, but he did manage to take down Cat. To see, can he actually get another one? No, unfortunately, X-Spec takes him down, and that's gonna be the end for the TMW as they were ambushed.
Have you seen Zakra?
Wait.
The cargo truck. Look.
Oh
look
my god.
He's not moving any muscle at all. Come on, man. That's how you do it. That's how you survive. Because we're about to end this battle. In fact, we still have 7 teams to go and 16 soldiers into the battlefield. So Sekre, finally, he's moving out because he got no choice. The circle is definitely shrinking. Right now, Apollo trying to connect a few shots, looking for a perfect intel that he can definitely share and attack their opponents. This is the only choice that they've got. This is an open air battlefield. This is the clearly a difference, one of the differences that we have between Isolated and Blackout. A lot of open areas from this map, and true enough, right now you just really need to be clever, looking for any building so that you can do some damage from afar using that sniper, and also having a great defense. No one can touch you if you're inside of the building, unless someone will be brave enough to push, and that's the one that we saw earlier from the Leap main team, because earlier they're outside of the building and finally pushing forward, penetrating that building, getting the win, and a lot of chaos being made already inside of that building. Like we saw earlier, if you remember, Aspect having a good performances, getting 2Ps, and checking out J Camel right now, trying to hack it out. That's another preparation, which is really great. Great job thinking ahead, connecting a few shots, being brave enough because he knows for a fact that there's no any other classes being activated because he already hacked out. So that's the use of that gameplay and his strategies being made. And we're back to end this war. 2 teams, 4 players left. Who will be it? Is this gonna be a clutch from Aspect, or this gonna be Immortals Esports? And here we go, Fasha. Let's see what's gonna be the ending. This is gonna be the story that you can share to all of the viewers.
Smoke bomb is the only thing that you have. J Camo had that hacking class. He had the ice pick. That's the reason why they were able to actually ambush into TMW. But unfortunately, you're gonna share the same situation with the team of TMW because Immortal Esports got your information with that ice pick, and they will be the winner for this match number 2 at the Blackout.
Oh my god, aggressiveness from Immortals Esports. Team Max Dudes getting the V, getting the victory at the end. Great job, great battle. What a phenomenal performances from Immortals Esports. Clearly having a great game sense on the Blackout map, and looking at it, in fact, it's clearly an open area to where they're checking everything. They are being aware from the surroundings, rotating at the edge of the safe zone, targeting Sekre being the only player left for the rigid TSG and able to knock him down. That's going to be crazy insane. And because of that, great performances and the great comms, they managed to grab the W at the end. And this is the highlights of this round. So to tell you more about it, we have Fasha to share a lot of stories that happened on this previous battle, because she keeps on singing earlier. She's definitely having fun. So right now is going to be her chance to continue the story on just what happened earlier.
Okay, just a fun fact, and let's just put out this statement here and here now. I'm having fun because of you, Supercloud. It's always fun whenever you're here. I'm always having fun. But the most fun part is that to be able to witness all of the players of CODM fighting right here at the BR, because I've missed this so much, and I love the fun factors coming in from all the teams. Coming from Most Wanted Vigilante, they're on the top of satellite, each one of them sharing, like, you take that satellite, I'll take that one, I'll take this one. Yeah, how nice it is. And then coming along, and I know that there's gonna be a lot of comments. I know how you guys are netizens, you guys are really bad, and I it's not that I don't love you guys. I love you guys because this is where the engagement comes in. But let me just say this for the record. J Camo, or the whole entire team, Leap itself, Leap main, was able to spot out TMW inside that building because of J Camo. He made that difference. He made that game changer. If it wasn't for his ice pick, if it wasn't for his hacking class, they would not even know there's somebody around that building, around their area, for them to just jump in and they say, like, are they here or are they at the bottom? We're just gonna try our luck. And team from the side of Leap main itself was success from their ambush. Even so, they were able to ambush. Jadu was able to take down one of the players in that scene, but at the end of it all, it was just a knockdown, and TMW was knocked down or wiped out completely at the end of it all. But match winner wise, shout out to the team of Immortal Esports Exodus as the winner. Another flag raising off here for the last night of our group stage itself, and our MVP itself, none other than Rinka with 9 elimination. But just for the record, I think Immortal Esports, as well as the team of Leap main itself, they had a lot of kill points, to be honest. So I'm just wondering, like, I think there's a possibility Immortal Esport would be in a better position for the overall standing, not because of just the kill points, but because of the placement point itself. So we'll check out later on. It's going to be exposed to you. But Rinka wise, I think there was a lot of times that we see Immortal Esport, they love to go for the long range, and they don't care. They pretty much, if they spot you out in the open, they will shoot you. And that's what we see from Immortal Esport. They say spray, spray. And even Super Club was talking about, oh, that's a lot of ammo inside of you. You got 400s there. Okay, go ahead, spam as much you want. It's called spray and pray. And they pray so hard to a point they got the victory here for this match number 2.
Amen. Prayer has been answered from Immortals Esports. Team Exodus clearly staying consistent and still being on the top 2 in the overall rankings. Now, I'm so excited to see if that's going to be the same story or same ranking from the leaderboards or not, because we know for a fact that a lot of points being created, a huge gap from the Rigid TSG and from the IE Exodus. But before that, we're going to talk about the match rankings. As you can see right here, after getting a good win from the previous round and plus the 10 points for the placing, they are able to come up with 34 and 2 points difference only from the lead main team. And just like that, they are really proving how thirsty they are in getting the W at the very end and making sure that they can also be included, or somehow you can have him called the kings of the Group B. But it's going to be a great challenge for the IE Exodus because of the point difference that they have from the Rigid TSG. And speaking of the point difference, overall rankings from the Group B, as you can see, 282 and 248. The only difference is just a little bit.
Would you like me to do the math? I can do the math if you want. It's 34. It's actually 34. I'm already quick with the mathematics already. So the gap between Rigid TSG as well as Immortal Esport Exodus, it's only 34 points. And I think Rigid TSG also...
Thank you.
I mean, it's the fact that Rigid TSG, they still managed to get at the top 3 as well, because they don't want to let out that top 1, right? Okay, here's the thing about the group stage. You get the bragging rights, even though yes, there's no prize to be given. The only prize that you will get is only if you survive to the grand finals, and this numbers is not going to be carried over to the playoffs or even to the grand finals. You're going to start from scratch if you're going for the playoff or if you're going to the grand finals as well. So the question is, Rigid TSG is trying to maintain a great highlight for them to say like, hey, group stage, I was the king. We were the king. Maybe I'm not to say that they're not going to get it when going into playoff or at the grand finals, but at least before moving into playoff, we are seeing the team of Rigid TSG still maintaining at the top 1, untouchable by anyone at all from that bottom or even from the top 2 to top 10 itself. And I want to touch even more on the side of Leap Main. Leap Main, even though they did so much damage here for the match itself, it seems that it's not enough for them to change their rankings because it's still at the same position. So again, the teams that has been securing themselves from day number 1 to day number 3, it hasn't been any change so far because they still maintaining their position. Now the question is, the bottom 11, are you happy with your positioning? Because again, I am not seeing any changes whatsoever, because at the end of it all, you guys have to agree, or you guys have to admit that for Valid Kings main is going to be going into the playoff, because RVH Gemini still have few more points to go. TMW is going down below even more because of them being denied immediately because of the leap expect. So there's a lot of things to be talked about, but we still have one more match to go and we're gonna have a short break, so don't go anywhere. Stay tuned before we end our live, and we'll be right back for the last match. And shout out to my bunnies, because I saw my bunnies army inside the live stream. Thank you so much. Love you guys. So see you guys right after this.
And we are back for another battle. This is once again Garena September Cup 2025 BR tournament with 25,000 US dollars prize pool. Still here with me, my partner Fasha Bunny, and we're done with the 4 grueling matches already, and we're gonna go back to the isolated map to where we will be seeing some another, I can say, different strategy in terms of farming points because of the gulag. It's kind of like we might be seeing some passive, or too unfortunate for any other teams if they're sharing the same equation. We don't know yet, but that's something that we need to find out.
Agree. I do kind of have like a 50-50 feelings right now between the isolated movement as well as the blackout rotation or gameplay wise strategy. For me, I feel like I do agree that the fact that when it comes to gulag, right, you gotta be careful for the weapon that you have, the loots that you have, resources that you have, because at the end of it all, once you're done, once you was taken out, you only have one life. You only have one chance for you to move into the gulag, and if you do not win your battles or your gunfights at gulag, you have to wait for your teammates to actually get to the vending machine or even buy your revival tag to actually revive you back. So the question is, I do feel like the one thing that I feel from the teams of Four Kings, especially from the team of Leap Unbound as well, it seems that they utilize this gulag so that they go for a fight early on, so that that gulag idea or the gulag lifeline has been used already, so they don't need to bother anymore about it. So that's why they're very vicious. Earlier on, they want to go for the scrimmage straight on, because let's use up that gulag chance first of all, and then after that we'll think about how to get the revival dog tags, how to actually revive the teammate, and how to survive it all. Because when you have 2 lifelines, this is where you can be able to utilize it to the full potential, that you can actually farm as much skill. They don't really care. They just sacrifice 1 lifeline. They still have 1 more to go. So don't know. I'm wondering that most of the teams, will they be able to adapt the same one, or will the rest of the team just stick to their own status quo or the way that they already used to their own strategy? But here on out, this is going to be the last round of the day, the night itself, because we only give them 1 more chance to go for our day number 4 of a group stage. Let's take a look back to the Group A. This is Garena September Cup 2025 Battle Royale Tournament.
Here we go. We're definitely starting and looking at the flight path. As you can see right here, is going to be a strange far left on the isolated map. So let's see what team will be dropping off right away from the black market, or they're just going to choose to be at the frigid wetland, which is an easy one to get your own snowbee sometimes, or some other teams will be going into the ski town or dormitory map to where they have a higher chances in getting their own snowbee. Same thing from the other teams, but looking at the platform right now, Four Kings utilizing the platform effectively, because they're just the only one right here. Black market battle that's going on already. This is the one that I'm talking about right off the bat, and just like that, Radiance getting the first blood, but a good trade happening.
Oh.
2 players, 3 players got knocked on the ground. It might be an early annihilation from these 2 teams to where they can take the advantage of the gulag, but it depends. They really need to do their best to grab the W into the gulag to come back into the battlefield.
Oh damn! I was really hoping for the Radiance highlight just now. I did saw that. If I'm not mistaken, Rain was the one who was able to get the kill, who was able to knock down before he was taken out. But it's okay, Gulag's still there. Just hope for the best for Radiance to come back. On the other note, CF, they're doing well. I'm liking the fact that CF Amarok is able to dominate immediately. Oh, I love that bug. Do you know that sometimes you have that bug where you're just like sliding your body, you're not even moving any muscle, but you're just sliding, you're gliding through the floor, and I'm like, oh, this is the best bug ever. I'm not doing anything. I'm gliding.
That's the magic.
Yeah.
Elevate. All right, going back to the battlefield, CF is the one that we are showing you from the POV. Looking at it, 1 player got the W from into the Gulag close water battle, and just like that, the goal is on the ground. This is going to be a different story from the Leap and Bound right now, challenging the team of LE in the New Vision City, burning him out. crazy good and having a phenomenal performances right away. As you can see, 3 confirmed kills from the leap and bound. Can you imagine? Plus the fact that they are definitely having a lot of resources. And
Mm-hmm.
speaking of resources, let's see if we will be seeing a good loot from Immortals Esports from that supply box, racking up 4 kills in total right away. And Exodus is into the Gulag. He will still have another chance to go back into the battlefield. And let's see if that's going to be something that we are about to witness, or maybe Exodus will be not having a chance to win a Gulag, and the only chance would be buying back that dog tag from the buy station.
Maybe, I'm not sure. But my question is, why? Why Helixus Vicious still want to actually contest the Overgrown with Immortal Esport? I've seen them done already. I know, yes, Sarah did amazing job on the first match itself. But again, this is where the fine line, you don't want to mess around with the last chance. This is the only last match and you keep on trying to contest. And this is also seen here at the Nuclear Plant where Hype is meeting off with the LE Actress. Shots coming through to Seiji, but Seiji's going to be the one who wins to Zelly. And now Asta jumping on right to the top, looking for Chi Chi, will be also be taken down. Great shot coming through, and Cyrus, second kill right there in front of him. Hype is just on another level. It's going to be triple kill in his hand, and it seems that LE Actress, unfortunately, you will be sent back to Gulag by the one and only Hyper Viver Esports.
Great job, phenomenal rotation and great control from this building, from the Hype. Clearly, they still have the energy because they really need to. They really need to maintain their ranking on being part of the top 10. So they really need to continue performing and making sure that they can get a lot of W's from any gunfights. ORV right now rotation, and the only mission that they're doing right now is to be closer from the buy station. And true enough, on the other team right here, Pave, who happens to have a better performances as well from the previous match, right now they're securing this spot and getting more cash so that they can upgrade their classes. And Ket's the only player who doesn't have any cash at all to upgrade his class, but who knows, they might able to somehow get their own arsenal as early as we speak. And speaking of the other teams, 4Kings in the wing, scouting as early as now, just to make sure that they can also prove that they can still have some better strategies that they can do and execute from the black market. And that's the one that I'm talking about, because they don't have any choice, because CF is also out there. Shockwave being activated, high ground for the 4Kings.
No.
Let's see if they can get a win. And just like that, it's an easy kill from the 4Kings right off the bat. 3 kill points right away.
I mean, okay, CF Amarok, you did amazing at the black market, but I mean, you already spotted out someone jumping in from that helicopter. I don't know what you were thinking. If I had someone who jumps off the helicopter, that is definitely a high ground advantage for them, and they can ambush you immediately. Your reflex wise is going to be a little bit lesser compared to those who are jumping towards you, ambushing you, attacking you. But it's okay, Grid is still there, so Grid will be the only one left still surviving. I think he pretty much need to be aware of it, because he was the only one who had to go to Gulag previously. So the rest of them still have a one lifeline to go. Unless Grid takes down by somebody else here, he needs to be wary of his situation, whereby he needs to be hoping for the rest of the mercy from Salty or Ali or even Frags to bring him back alive from the revival of buying from the vending machine itself. But then again, Greed, you gotta be careful there, because 4Kings, I feel like they're not satisfied. They still wanna, I think they know for a fact they just killed 3, so they're waiting for that one player. Where is that one player? I wonder where could he be? But I don't think they might see it, because he's still hiding through it, and a great hiding spot for himself. But on the other note right here, Pave Omni being off with the Hype. Hype was doing amazing job fighting off with the team and getting that first kill, immediately shutting down. But now it seems that Pave Omni fighting back to them as well. One player being taken down. Now looking for Seiji as well as Asta and Black. Can they actually fought off them, or is it just going to be Pave Omni overlooking, and then they will be going up onto the high ground again and just flying through into this safe zone? I'm not sure, because safe zone is also closing in. So in the end, Pave might actually spot out the location and rotation that's going to come from the team of Hyper Viver Esports.
And that's going to be too dangerous because that's a 3v2 situation. Let's see if Hype will have a better chance in winning this gun battles from the pave. And here we go, hacking it out. He knows already, but that's going to be too late. He is being surprised while doing some hack. And just like that, into the gulag we go. 3 soldiers into the gulag and pave, having a good trade, but it's no bad situation still because as you can see, Coral being the banker, 49,000 cash that he has right now into his bank account. But so that's why Pave is not worrying too much and about to buy some arsenal from that buying station. And here we go, no choice at all, dropping off, flying down to the roof. So let's see if he still have some time to repair his armor using that kinetic. But you gotta be careful, that's the Four Kings main team from this location. Can they annihilate Four Kings? That is something that we need to find out.
Agree, definitely. 3 players still surviving, but there's a back and forth. Game was taken out by Paul, but Super Jeff comes in for the trade. So they're still left with 2 more players or OBS, and they're quite far away. So I'm not sure if they can do so, but Fry has already been spotted out by Yato. So leaving only 1 more player to go, and I think OBS, they gotta take the L. They gotta take the L, just go back and wait it out for Four Kings to just back off from this area, because I know they were trying to contest for the Arsenal, but hey, Four Kings gets the W, and they're gonna get all the looters for themselves.
They got the AK-117 Mythic in his bag as well. So it only means that they are powerful enough to annihilate and get an easy kill from any opponents. And let's see from any other opponents, another team that we are showing you, Rigid Phoenix, rotating from this Rocky Mountain. And VVV got a better chance right now because of a position that they're doing already, trying to hold on longer and patiently wait and looking for the perfect timing to attack the Rigid Phoenix. As you can see, they're not showing their footprints from the HUDs of the Rigid Phoenix, which is really being clever. And here we go. That's the only time that they created some diversion. Let's see if that's going to be a good bait from VVV. Rigid Indra will be pushing in, and that's a surprise attack and doing some counter right away using that rewind, dropping off from the edge of that Rocky Mountain, rotating, adjusting, coming from the VVV. Let's see if they can survive. Rigid Phoenix is also having a phenomenal performances from the 3 matches already. So let's see. As you can see, they are forcing all of the players of VVV to get away, and it's kind of like a chain story, a chain's position. On top would be Rigid Phoenix, and holding on right now that vantage point, and Seb doesn't have any choice but to fly down, change the location, find a better location. And just like that, Karma, I know he's definitely good, he's definitely doing well, but having his own Karma fighting against the 2 soldiers of Rigid Phoenix.
Oh, damn. I mean, why did... I know for a fact that Karma was just trying to waste time so that Seb could have the opportunity to fly away from that position. But then again, I think rather than saving just one of you guys, you could have saved both of you yourself as well. So moving away is not fun. It's not like you're having a permanent loss, you know, if you surrender now. At least you can wait it out so that your teammates can come back. But and again, it's okay. VVV Redditors, they don't need to worry much. They just have to win that gulag. If not, they're just gonna have to hold on to hope that Seb, the one and only, to get all the resources, all the economy that they needed to actually be revived back. On the other note, seems that Hype still haven't stopped beating. They're still having a lot of troubles trying to reset back, regroup back. They only have 2 players to be surviving, and they're still meeting off with the team of Pave Omni. On the other side, Four Kings Super Jeff is meeting off with the team of CF Amarok Yan. So I'm wondering, they're doing a lot of damage right now. They got 10 kills already, and they're also having a lot of pressure. Yonko Apex, oh my lord, my MYZ team can already say goodbye, but I'm really happy. I'm really proud of you guys. You did your best, especially in the room of Philippines. I understand it is hard, but for you guys to go into the group stage is already a wonderful achievement. So give it up for the team of MYSD, guys. Still got 16 more teams to go for our last match for the Group A. As they're doing rotating around, there is an Arsenal right in front of the team of Radiance. The question is, are you brave enough to get it and contest it with the rest of the team? Oh, you're stuck there. I don't know why you're doing that, but okay, sure, why not? But oh, there's Fadros. Oh, I think this is not gonna be safe for Radiance though. I'm not sure if I want to actually take that risk because there's 4 players of Fadros around the area, and I think that Hyper Vivier spot is around the corner as well, and he's hiding literally in between that tanks. I mean, like, I'm scared. Does Dawn see him? I don't know. Oh, Dawn doesn't see him. Oh my god! It is the invisible cloak! Nobody sees. Okay, he's hiding. He's hiding. Oh, producer, you're doing well. I want to see if... Oh, no! No one sees it! It is the spell of Harry Potter being used by R. No one from Fadros can see him at all. I'm scared. But then again, that could be a great opportunity for him.
I couldn't agree more. He's not really moving any muscle at all, and that's the only choice that he has. And in fact, it's clearly a bad situation because Faldrus really need to level up their gameplay because they're at the top 11. They just really need to do more points just to change the overall rankings. As you can see, the top 10, that's going to be Hyper Vivera Esports, but Faldrus needs to do more points just to change and be part of the top 10 teams. And speaking of the top 10 teams, we are showing you the top 2. Rigid Phoenix as well is also out here facing the Leap and Bound, which is clearly the top team from the Group A overall ranking. And looking at it, they got a better position, as you can see right here. They got the top of the hill, so no one clearly trying to challenge that position. But let's see, who knows if someone is out there. Burn is trying to find some intel. It's going to be crazy in terms of the operator. It only means that he got a good feed right here. He got no shoes, but that's going to be insane as well, because insanely kill that we are seeing from Pave, saying hi to their opponent, and 9 kills in total. And looking at the very top of that Rocky Mountain, we're still seeing 3 soldiers from LSK. The question is, are they ready to go down? Are they ready to push and have a battle from the complete squad of Pave? That is something that we need to find out.
Let's hope for the best because they have the high ground for themselves. So if, for example, like Pave, Omni suddenly just say like, hey, can we join and share the same high heels? There's a possibility LSK can have the better upper hand. Can they spray it out and grenades been thrown out? Don't worry, they can just jump around and just avoid those damages coming in. And at the same time, Koro already going closer and closer, getting up to the top. But at the same time, he says he pulls back. This is the back and forth that we like the most coming in from all the players.
Yeah.
Is that the way that you know that you're not going to be able to actually contain or dominate that heal because there's too much players scattered around. So Pave, Omni doing a good respect to the side of LSK, they back off and they say we're just gonna find another position, and LSK gets the win right here because they're gonna guard out that end zone for themselves because the zone is closing in and they still can just rotate around for them to have the better upper hand. And look at that many. Look at that.
Yeah, you got to be ready from LSK because right off the bat, they are definitely having a phenomenal performance. 9 kills in total. They just really need to add more placing points in order for them to be included on the top 10. Who knows? We might see them into the playoffs. And I'm so excited what's going to happen from the leaderboards because we're about to end the last match for Group A, isolated match. So let's see how it goes. 4 Kings maintaining the composure. 16 total points. Oh my God. After chilling out earlier. So it's kind of like they wanted to reclaim the throne, having the bragging rights again, being the top 1 for the Group A. So let's see how it goes. That is something I am so excited to see, hacking it out already from Burn. Let's see if that's going to be the perfect situation from the Leap and Bound. Seeing the players of Rigid Phoenix, there's going to be a squad versus squad. Who will grab that win? You got to be aware from your surroundings as well. And Rads, it's been a long time.
It's been a long day without you, my friend. And I'm sitting on this crane all by myself because I don't know what to do, man. I'm all alone. But then again, this is a fight coming in from Pave Omni. Unfortunately, they're having a lot of pressure. The other retreats coming in. 2 players been taken out by the 4 Kings as well. But 4 Kings also having the same situation for their side. But I think they don't need to worry much. They probably might might be able to pick up Super Jet, but Hajime, unfortunately, will be picked up by the side of Yato as well. And it seems that there's only 2 more plays to go for the Four Kings. Can they fight off with Cats? Because Cats is the only one left, and he needs to survive it out. And they don't have any gulags anymore. This is where I say they actually use up that gulag opportunity so that they can actually have the advantage to see can they actually fight it off or they want to move back. And this is where the team of Four Kings pull back because they only have 2 more players. Pave on the other note only left with 1 player, and there's so many teams on the high grounds are also looking forward to go to their fight as well. We got the team of Immortal Esport, we got the team of Ellie as well around the area. So this is going to be crazy because Yato is going to also leave Gay all by himself. So 1 player from each team is going to survive all by themselves, which, by the way, happens to have 12 teams still surviving, bro. This circle is going to be massive with so many teams around the area.
A lot of chaos is about to be created for the remaining teams. In fact, 25 soldiers remaining alive from this 4th zone, and we're still seeing Four Kings right now. Yato is about to say goodbye, and Rigid Phoenix is also out here rotating and about to get some engagement from Four Kings Gate, and Yato not able to make it, and Delta still being alive right now. So let's see how it goes. Still having some chill time in the cargo trucks, kind of like the same gameplay from the Rigid TSG sector earlier. So right now it's a different group stage. This is a group 8 where Fadru's taking ahead and calculating all of their movements and finding some perfect execution of their strategy, because that's something that they need in order for them to move up from the ladder of the leaderboard, so that we will be seeing Team Fadru's in the playoffs. That's something that they really need to take note of. So that's why they're crazy taking careful of every movement they've got right now, because we're about to end. In fact, 8 teams to go with 16 soldiers on boots with the shotgun being activated coming up from Get and Dawn. Too unfortunate from Fadru saying goodbye already, and we're still seeing Gets. Earlier he's at the standard situation, but right now staying at the edge of the zone. But 2v1 situation from OBS, and Get will be saying goodbye. Another kill point, this time a different team, Rigid 0. Let's see what the high ground leap and bound having a complete squad. It might be another leap and bound performances once again.
Leap and bound with 18 kills, and they have the high ground. Oh man, you guys are just showing off right now. I mean, you guys already got top 1. Stop it. Get some help. I know you got the playoff already, but no, you're not done. You're very stingy. I must say so, but I love that stingy because it gives much more power. It shows that going into playoff, all of these teams who are coming in, they gotta be aware of the team of Leap Unbound. Even Four Kings, the giants of Philippines itself. And now there's gonna be a lot of teams that is rising to the top, having their names on the spotlight as well. But that's the thing, as the zone closes in, this high ground definitely favors on the Leap Unbound, because the rest of them are just on the lower ground, but they can hide out with that compound or at the composure of the landscape that has a lot of loopholes or even a little bit of hiding out space. So most of the times there's a possibility with Zero also using that smoke bomb, good positioning, but just when we thought there was gonna be a catch or even a clutch coming in, ended up the team able to actually spot out MJ, shut him down. But there's still 3 more players to go. Zero comes in on the top, but it's, at the same time, Burn being taken out by the oversight. But no, are you serious? Oh. FD been taken out at the outside zone. Everybody was just at the bottom, and again the high ground just favors out to the one and only Leap Unbound and Boo.
Nat Vance bouncing around from the last match, clearly cemented their top 1 rank. Congratulations for getting the victory, and because of that one, I'm so excited right now because I'm leaning towards to Fadru's, one of the last teams that we have earlier, and Gab just being caught from the last attack of the Leap and Bound. So let's see, because I wanted to see if Hyper will be part of the bottom 11 and Fadru's will be getting inside of the top 10 teams for the Group A. I'm so excited to see right now, but let's see what is going on. But before that, this is the highlights of the last match of the Group A, seeing them performing early farming points for Kings, High Ground, Rocky Mountain, Use Rock, that they're definitely using. Great battle indeed, and Pave clearly trying to have a lot of discipline and trying to find a perfect opportunity to penetrate that building, because they know already that someone is inside. And another 4 Kings that we are showing you, because they're clearly started strong. In fact, they got a 2-digit kill points. I think they managed to end with 20 points. I'm not really sure though, but I'm seeing earlier it was 19. Let's see if that's gonna be visible enough later on once we show you the match rankings. High Ground from the Rigid Phoenix, it clearly works. That's how you maintain your position, and definitely being clever enough to hold on to that advantage. And Tom Pitts with a clear ambush, and FX Academy clearly still needs to have another class to be part of the best 10 team for the Group A. And Leap and Bound, on the other hand, still trying to think in advance. As you can see, they started from the bottom of this Rocky Mountain, and while seeing the Pave trying to get more kill points, and at the very end we see that the Pave fighting against Super Zep, and Super Zep loses the battle, and seeing the high ground advantage of the Leap while trying to do some damages, doing some Kobe shot for the LSK, trying to send a message that, hey, this is our turf, this is our last position, and being surprised by the 2 soldiers of OBS, to where he's not able to react clearly. And that's why that's the end game for 4 Kings game. And this is the end of the battle, to where we saw already, it's kind of like we know what's going to happen next, to where Leap and Bound will be getting that kill. As you can see, Gab doing his best with the great help and support for the team alone, and Zero was the last one being shown and caught off guard onto the ground. And because of that, this is our winner, Leap and Bound.
Give it up for Superclock for that freaking massive, amazing highlight speech, guys. I mean, I couldn't do myself even better, man. Seriously, that was amazing. I love all the recaps that you've done. That was just superbly perfect to summarize everything that was happening on the last match for Group A. But shout out to the team of Leap Unbound. Ambu as the winner for the last round, again raising the flag for our map itself. And then MJ, yet again, as the MVP with 8 elimination, and I think a total amount of around 16, more than 16 actually. It could be more, around 20 points coming in from Leap Unbound. So they not only get 20 plus points, they also added on with that placement point. I'm probably thinking that even though 4 Kings got a lot of massive damage with the eliminations, I still think Leap Unbound will be untouchable for that top 1. So like I said, this is the bragging rights they have before going into the playoff. Not only you'll be able to get the ticket to the top 10s going into playoff, as well as saying that, hey, in the group stage, I was the king. Probably going to playoff is not going to be as easy, because you're going to actually going to mix up the Group A as well as Group B after this, because top 10 from Group A as well as Group B will meet off for that playoff, and only 16 team out of that 20 will go to the grand finals at the 27th September. So still, it's a long journey. There's a lot of filtration that will be done for you guys to win that top 6 prize pool of 5,000? Wait, is it 10,000?
10,000
USD, sorry, 10,000 USD. Whoa, if $25,000, I mean, like, I want to be a pro player too, but I can't. I'm gonna give you guys this spotlight as well. But yep, crazy kills, crazy positioning. Again, Leap Unbound was just, I think it was supposed to be LSK, but kind of wrong positioning coming from them, because they went down below to fight off with Pave, because they spotted out Pave was just trying to climb that hill, but ended up Leap Unbound take advantage of it. So repositioning sometimes can be a little bit of a pain in the butt, I will say that. And it kind of shown from 4 Kings Gay, because if he didn't actually rotate into the other side of the hill itself, he wouldn't have met with the 2 soldiers of OBS. But at the same time, things already happened. So let's just take a look for the overall of match rankings. Is Leap Unbound is the first one, or yep, they are, because they got 20 elimination and the placement point. So again, the placement point really saved them because Four Kings got 21 elimination, but their placement point was only 1 point. But they still had the second place. So from I think it was 24 points now. So probably around how do I say 12 points difference between them. Yeah, 12 points difference between them right now. So still at the top, Leap Unbound Anbu. I'm getting good with my mathematics, by the way. Pave Amni, on the other note, they have been really, really consistent because from the win that they had previously, they are now at the top 3 with 16 points, sharing with the LSK Nefarious. But no more talking about the standings anymore for the match because we want to say overall standings and we want to say congratulations to our top 10.
Congratulations for the Leap and Bound with a huge up coming out from the GOAT MJ. 270 total of points, cemented the top one ranking.
Let's introduce all the top 10s from the overall Group A Super Club. Okay, we got Leap Unbound Unbu.
Yeah.
We got
Four Kings.
Yeah. We got OBS Main. Your turn.
Bridget Phoenix.
Yeah. We got Delta Main.
We have Pavani.
We got Immortal Esport and Rage SS.
VVV Redditors.
We got Faldros. Whoa! Faldros just goes in from the bottom 11 to top 9. And we got the top 10.
Oh my god, Hyper Vivera Esports is kind of like the highlight would be coming to the Fathers.
Yeah.
We started from the bottom, now I'm here.
I mean,
good job, Fathers.
Yeah.
Being part of the top 10 overall rankings of the Group A.
Yeah, congratulations to them. And we are done for Group A, but we're not done yet for Group B. So don't go anywhere. Sit down. Be humble. Because we have Group B coming up next. But congratulations again. Let's just a little bit of highlight. Leap Unbound getting 2 win streak for today. Especially the fact that they also carry out from the yesterday win streak as well. Poison Ivy getting the second match on Group B. And then Pave Omni getting the second match. And then we got Immortal Esport who wins from the Group B. And now let's see if Immortal Esport will be able to continue. Because so far right now, I feel the pattern coming in from Group B is a lot of new flags raising off to get their victory. Am I right, Super Clock?
Clearly, yes, 100%. And we also have the same, kind of like the same story that we are excited to see. If Faldrus from the bottom 11 able to make it, why not RVH and Gemini? Right? They only need 20 more points in order for them to be part of the top 10. They just really need to do some extra effort, but you got to be careful as well because we know for a fact that 4 Valor Kings, they know how to farm points. They know if I'm the 4 Valor Kings, I'm not gonna drop on to the same location of 4 Kings Overload. That's gonna be not a good decision, and I can say idea in being part of the top 10, because right now you got to maintain your overall rankings because you're on the top 10, clearly at the edge to be part of the bottom 11. So why not fight for the 4 Kings Overload? Look for a better positions to where you can slowly crawling to the top and slowly getting more points to secure and cemented your top 10 ranking.
Agree. It's not a danger zone, but it is not a safe zone for the team of 4 Valor Kings as well. So you can't be too comfortable. Yes, you might be at the top 10 now, but anything can happen. Seriously, just like Ellie Golding says, anything can happen. So this is going to happen as well here for the BR. But no more talking. Let's go and jump in for our last match of the day. Again, welcome everybody, ladies and gentlemen, just like how AJ Mustachio always says, Garena September Cup 2025 is going to end the group stage with this last match from Group B.
Last match indeed, Group B, starting off from the frigid wetland, and it will end from the state. So we might be seeing a few teams from the frigid ski town and dormitory map. I'm not sure if there will be any teams who will be sharing in the sanitarium. They don't want to have a lot of resources already from the sanitarium. I'm not sure why they're not choosing that one, because one, it's going to be a great challenge for them. Though they have a lot of cash, they need to crawl closer to the buy station. As you can see, a lot of teams right now choosing to be closer from the buy station. Same thing with the Team N Black Market, as you can see right there. Nuclear Plan, that's a great challenge for them. So Overgrown as well from the Team L. So let's see what's going to happen. New Vision City. Oh my God, two teams from the New Vision City. 4 Valor Kings. This is it. What is going on? You should make sure that you will be able to annihilate Uncrowned Kings, because if not, that's the end game for you. I kid you not.
Oh my God. Not just Uncrowned Kings. We got the RVH Gemini, the one who is going to actually chase after you for that top 10. Okay, 4 Valor Kings, please stop going to 4 Vision City, because New Vision City, you guys fought off with the 4 Kings already just now. And now you're going to fight off with 2 other teams. I don't know. You guys really have that ego saying that, this is my place, this is my place, I want to make sure it's my place. But hopefully you can be able to fight off, because, again, 3 players from the Uncrowned King, it seems that they already been sent back to the Gulag. Still have an opportunity for them to survive. But Yaz, I can see that Yaz is actually very, very ambitious, getting straight into the bottom side of the area of New Vision City. This is a lot of loot airdrops, whereby not loot airdrops, sorry, loot items, whereby the boxes have like high level weapons or high level upgrades, so you can be very certain it's very good. But at the same time, with 3 players right in front of you, what you gonna do, right? I mean, 3 players are the 4 Valor Kings, so I'm sorry, Yas, it's gonna be Nas.
Yes, sir. Became a Nas, sir. But anyway, RVH right now. Let's see what's going on with the 4VK. Here we go. Sander clearly showing a lot of aggression, getting that win, but trade happened. Kyun is back into the Gulag. Let's see what's going on right now. My dad, Superman, still being alive. 1 soldier left from the RVH. Oh, Gemini really needs to do some extra effort as well. Oh, that's a good point out there. 3 kills in total right now. Great job. Let's see if they can have a better story to tell at the end of this isolated match, because right now they're currently at the top 13. They're on the 13 ranking, so clearly they're right off the bat. A lot of good points, a lot of good gameplays being executed by the RVH Gemini, but we're still seeing 4VK. So let's see if that's gonna be their really chance to cement their overall rankings. So they really need to be careful with the TNW creators.
Uninvited guests coming in. Just now there was 3 teams here. Now TMW Crowders wants to join the party. Now let's see if Team 4 Valor Kings can actually make the same consistent they've done. Superman will take it out by Jado. Let's see if they can come back. Jado takes 3. Oh my God, Sanma also been shut down. Now 1 more. Great takes down Sonder. That makes it a 3 right in front of TMW. I mean, 4 Valor Kings, you did amazing. You shut down RVH as well as the other teams just now. But once TMW comes in, it's like you just lose every momentum you had. But it's okay. Gulag's still inside your hands right now. So hopefully you'll be able to come back. 15 teams still surviving. On the other side of this area, we see the team of Most Wanted Vigilante quite close by to the team of VVV Fighters.
Last chance for the Most Wanted. So let's see if they know already their rankings. If you're a pro teams and you are in the tournament, they should know, or someone from the team Most Wanted should share their rankings, so that they will have a sense of urgency to where they really need to rack a lot of points, because they are really too far from the 10 rank. So let's see how it goes, because I'm so interested in seeing how are they going to perform well from the last match isolated map. So far so good in terms of cash, but in terms of number of kill points, I don't see any. But lead main team also needs to be careful, because they're at the top 10. So how are they going to cement that one? It's going to be depending on how are they going to strategize moving forward.
And it seems that Sato was able to take down Wise from the side of Most Wanted Vigilant. I think pretty much that the teams are just trying to spread things around, and especially they want to try to get as much as information here around the area of Outpost. So I think that again, this is all pretty much how the Gulag strategy works: is that you try to get some kills, try to see if there's anyone here. But no, is that Rigid? Rigid TSG comes in as well around the area. Leap. I mean, Leap main gotta be careful there. But then again, they're still focusing on the side of Most Wanted Vigilante. And there you go. Rigid comes in just to actually farm out some of the opportunity or even some of the damage that was done by the side of the team of Leap main itself. And then they get the fruits. They get the price that was done by the team of Leap main itself. But it's okay. Leap main, it seems that they are trying to pull back as well. Everybody is using the snowboard, pushing from one end to another end. Zone is also not gonna close into their areas just yet because it is moving, but you still have the chance. But Rio takes down Stella there. A little bit of positioning that was not spotted out by the team of Rigid TSG. So I think that was an opportunity for KM2. But on the other hand, they meet off with the VVV as well. So Kuzma will be able to take down Reslick on the scene, but at the same time, Sato comes in with the nade. Everybody is just crazy right now, shooting from one end to another end.
Here we go. It's going to be a chaos high ground from Ryu. Let's see if he's going to do some Hadouken just to get that kill point. I'm not sure if you know that game, but Rigid Esports still has the advantage in terms of position. As you can see right here, Sato taking a lot of time right now, going outside the zone and getting some cash just to make sure and be ready if he needs to use that cash moving forward. But Rigid in front of him, 3 soldiers. You got to be careful. Checking out Ryu once again, trying to stay alive. And here we go. Lead trying to fight back from the Rigid. You got to be careful. This is your only chance to prove that you can still be part of the top 10 teams, because it's going to be a lot of talk, a lot of stories if you miss out the top 10 and missing out joining the playoffs, because you know for a fact that a lot of fans really loving you and supporting you and loving you to be part of the playoffs and hoping to be able to perform on the grand final. So do not disappoint them. But let's see how it goes, because that's a lot of pressure from their shoulder. 3 soldiers right now. I'm about to say shoulder again. 3 soldiers left from the lead main team. So let's see how it goes. How are they going to survive outside of the zone?
I understand, because they have a burden on their shoulders. So I agree. I agree. It's okay. Soldiers and shoulders are the same because they are carrying a lot of burden on their hand. But at the same time right now, 14 teams to surviving. Sanitariums looks like will be accommodated by the team of KM2, because the fact is they just came back alive from the fight recently. But at the same time, Rigid TSG seems like they're still chasing after the team of Leap main. J Camo will be the only one left there. They're trying to cross over through the area side, and J Camo knows for a fact that he has a snowboard. He doesn't need to worry much. He's pretty much just try to actually make sure that nobody shoot him and get as much as this opportunity of air in the air so that nobody can catch him up or shoot him out. But at the same time, Rigid TSG gotta be careful, because Most Wanted Vigilante is also around the area trying to rotate around, going into the safe zone, unless they will try to gatekeep. Yep, there you go. I was about to say that Secret was able to take down Shiba because they want to gatekeep, denying of movement coming in from the Most Wanted to go into the safe zone. But on the other note, Immortal Esport losing Hasbu, but I think they might be able to pick up the teammate. And on the other note, Maui, I think he's quite far away from the rest of TMW Kratos, so that's just a little bit of scouting or mishap from him landing off at the territory of Immortal Esport, and Hasbu will be able to be picked up again.
And Immortal Esports still getting and taking the advantage of all of the supply boxes, and they got a good start in maintaining that composure, and they still have the momentum, and they just want to make sure as well that they can still showcase how good they are, even if they know already that they will be moving on to the playoffs. And KM2 on the other hand, outside of the zone, is going to be a bad situation for Ryu, and 3 soldiers remaining, but in front of them, that's your Rigid Esports, who happens to be powerful. So let's see how it goes. If this going to be annihilation from the KM2, or Rigid will be winning this battle, fighting against the blue team outside of the zone, being aware from the damages that they're getting and about to be inside of the circle to avoid any further damages. 3 players still left from the KM2, and focusing on not getting some damages from the hands of Rigid at the same time outside of the circle.
Yes, sir. Somehow we are seeing a lot of teams are just trying to pace things off because the zone is still quite big, the circle is still quite big, so they don't need to run around, try to do some rampage, because the fact is it could be a risk for themselves. Because VVV Fighters, they are at the top 6, but they don't want to lose hope, or they don't want to actually make any more mistakes as well, because with 105 points, I know, not that to say that RVH can catch up or TMW Kratos can catch up, but who knows, maybe they might be turned down as well, and they want to actually have at least the best ending for this group stage. But here on out, there you go, having a sniper in the hands trying to actually explode the vehicle. Can he do so? Nah, I don't think so. That's a DLQ with a one shot, having a little bit low fire rate compared to we see from XPR or even M21 and even the Rytech itself. But then again, it seems that Team MW losing a lot of their team is only left with Cray, one last player, and Ace Law been taken out by RVH Instinct. Now left with 3 more players to go. Kush trying to actually survive it out. He sprays with Kyun. Will be shut down by that Jack, but there's 1 more player to go. Can he survive it out? RVH is right outside. Ace Law is right down below, and he needs to pick up with them as well. It seems that RVH pulled away from the situation, and then they end up repositioning themselves. I think they didn't want to fight with the team of Cosa Nostra because it was kind of like a surprise. They didn't expect anyone to be in the scene in the area of this compound as well.
Doing a great job maintaining the EHP level, added pressure from the Casa, and after knowing that there's no any other opponents close to them, that's the time to where they decided to be inside of the zone. And speaking of the zone, this VVV team still trying to get more kill points inside of the circle. Great job with 5 total of kills, and as we speak, we still have 11 teams to go with 37 soldiers on boots. And checking out the map right now, all of the teams that are trying to be ready. Some of the few teams still out at the edge of the safe zone, but only 2 teams right now are still inside of this circle. So that's going to be a good plan to where if you want to survive and thinking in advance in terms of having a better position, what's one of the keys in getting a good ranking or placement points. But looking at it, Leap main team right now is trying to do their best. Still in front of them, that's your Rigid Esports. 4 Valor Kings really need to not to engage. If I were you, do not engage. Just rotate and make sure to find any other opponents. But true enough, even if they're not planning to engage, they don't have a choice but to fight one of the players of Rigid Esports, and they got the W. But Stellar for the counter, using that advantage, flying down already, closing out the gap, and Slash is about to be ready for that katana. And here we go with a 2v1 situation. My dad saying goodbye and saying hello to Super Jeff and Super Clark. That's how you do it. And lay for the going to the top of the hill with the use of that Snowbee and closing out the gap once again for BK. You gotta be ready from the 3 Rigid, or I can say the 3 soldiers of the Rigid Esports. So let's see how it goes. This is gonna be interesting. I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen, what's gonna be the story that we can share you if the 4 V Kings will be able to manage to survive.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. Should have actually do not engage the team of Rigid like you said just now, because we've talked about how for Valley Kings right now is really close enough to be giving out that opportunity of that top 10 to the team of RVH Gemini. But then again, with around 15 points that they have to catch up, if RVH Gemini did amazing job, because I can see the desperation coming in from RVH, right? Because they keep on trying to get going in for the engagement. But on the other side, Poison Ivy meeting up with the Cosa Nostra. 3 players already being knocked down. Is this going to be the end for the Cosa Nostra? Them also being taken out. I feel like there's a possibility Cosa Nostra is going to say Cosa bye-bye by the side of Poison Ivy itself. At the same time, I do see Eminence. I was asking actually in my heart, I was like, where is Eminence? Where is my boys from MYSG. But I can see that they finally have their killing calling cards right now. The kill feats is already coming out with their names. There's a back and forth. One of them already been knocked down as well. But here on out, VVV Virus meeting off with the lead main. Aspect will be taken out by the assassin. Looking for the rest. It seems that Blackfire Nazi is already outside the zone, and I don't think they realized it. So they're just gonna rotate around, trying to get those who try to go into the safe zone. And they spotted out Red. Red, the bird, the explosion. I'm so sorry. Rora is just roaring, saying, no, you're not gonna use that vehicle to get into the zone.
Great catch out there, and not able to somehow get away from that explosion. Too unfortunate. But for Nasty, though, it's clearly it's kind of unfortunate in terms of position, but he knows already what to do. He knows already how bad the situation is, so that's why he's not engaging. Rigid, on the other hand, about to do some regroup, and VVV staying strong from this location, finding some intel using that scope. That's the only key in the role of a sniper, getting intel or doing some damages from afar. But looking at the Rigid TSG, trying to be consistent, taking good care of their position, taking good care of their #1 rank. For VK, still trying to survive longer. That's the only thing that you need to do, and that's the only assignment of 4VK, so that they can still be part of the top 10. That's the only thing. Placement points plus a few more kills, that would be enough for for them to be part of the top 10 teams. And Rigid Esports, oh my god, another Rigid Esports still hunting them down. Oh my god, Super J or Super JOD is the one appearing on our killer feed, and that's it. Oh my god, Sunder being caught off guard by Slashy, and that's one that I'm talking about. If you see the players of Rigid TSG, why not, you know, create some space and go away?
Shout out to Dre for that grenade though. Every one of them from the Poison Ivy tried to throw the grenade to Sato, and only Dre was able to actually go through with the nade and takes him down. I mean, like, that was a good nade. Like, I can't stress how much that throw. I mean, gang. I mean, like, you'll probably go to the gym, right, to throw that nade. But anyway, we got 8 more teams still surviving. Rigid with the most wanted right here. Shiba will be taken out. They spotted out the VVV Virus as well. 3 players right in front. But at the same time, Wise, unfortunately, will be spotted out by Slashy as well. They try to backstab. The team of Rigid TSG denies it completely. No backstab will be allowed, and such a great composition as well as scouting that comes from the team of Rigid. But here on our Poison Ivy, spotted out Kosa Nostra right here. Raf is all alone. Can he survive it out? He has so much damage been put out, but Rigid at the same time, it seems that they're going to corner out. Raf, you're in the midst of 2 teams. There's no way out for you. Unfortunately, you will be taken out as well. So that's the end for the Kosa Nostra, leaving only 4 more teams to go at this top rising for them to go in for the last match itself.
VVV still being alive, so this is like an easy for them. Like, the pressure is not really on for them because they're part of the top 10 teams, right? So is that an Eminence? I think I'm seeing Eminence.
Yeah. Shh, don't say anything.
I'm really sorry.
I wasn't saying anything because I saw him and I wanted him to be there quietly. You do have the cast stickers. Do you know that you have the cast stickers? But yeah, Eminence getting the top 4. I'm proud of them. Shout out to MYZ bros right there. You did amazing, but it's really tough, especially with such a competitive players from the Philippines. I mean, look at them. They non-stop. Rigid TSG getting 21 kills already. They've been rotating around the map, farming kills. I haven't even seen from the side of Leap Main as well. And I think Poison Ivy also having the same amount of kills as well. So this is the 3 teams that has been continuously getting kills for themselves. But VVV, they try to do in for the rotation. Kuzma will be taken out by Slashy first. Stella takes down Rora as well. One more player to go. Can they go in? But Poison Ivy comes through for the side of Rigid TSG right now. They want to go in for the close comeback. Can they do so? 4 players still surviving though. They're trying to go in for the revival of that armor plate first of all. That's the first thing they need to prioritize. But at the same time, Poison Ivy giving that opportunity, giving some space. It's allowing Rigid Stella to reset back. But high ground advantage. I love this drone. Shout out to the production wise. And look at this. They are playing off with the drones as well as they're playing with the truck as well. But no! Assassin, why do you go to that side. Unfortunately, he will be the last elimination for the team of VVV Virus, leaving out the two teams now. Lay, unfortunately, will be denied. Slashy takes down Kyle. Light also being shut down by Stella. One more play to go. What is going to be the team of RGD right now trying to survive it out? 3-on-3 right now to survive with the team of Poison Ivy. There's two players left. Dre as well as Play. Is it going to be Rigid TSE who gets the kill? One more play to go. Dre runs away with a snowball. He survived barely with his lifeline, but he will be beat off with the Stella. He sprays, he shoots, he kills, and Rigid TSG is the victory winner.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Being consistent, powerful enough to cement their rankings to the top one. Congratulations to the Rigid TSG. Finally, right now, I'm seeing a blue color being part of the last match of this group stage. And clearly, they are sending a message to everyone else right now. We are not yet done. We are still here performing, showcasing how good we are. And the goal that they are looking for moving forward, not only with the playoffs, but moving into the grand finals, because they wanted to get the 10,000 USD and being crowned as champion.
Congratulations. Again, you're a show off. I'm just being petty and bitter, but doesn't mean that I don't support them. Doesn't mean that I'm not happy for them. I am. I'm just trying to do some drama because they are show off. They're so annoying because they knew for a fact they already got 200 more points. I mean, like, okay, overall wise from the whole entire two matches. Let's just say the two matches they've done so far for today, right? It should have been like they got more than 260 points already, and now to add up even more after this third match, I think probably 280 plus, or probably even much more than that. So I'm not gonna surprise you guys off, because again, this is pretty much for us to just keep it up until we actually announce the top 10 teams. But checking on to the match highlights again, I think a lot of time was wasted pretty much at the outpost, because we saw how Leap main try to go in for a fight with the most wanted, and then suddenly the team of Rigid also comes along to join in. And not only that, we do see KM2 also around the area as well. So there was so much space to be covered by all of this team, but ended up they just killing each other and then surviving one another as well. So I think there was a little bit of questionable decision making there, but at the same time, I think they're just pretty much trying to find it as much as farming kills that they could have got, or even try to figure out if that rotation would be a better position for them, looking at the big circle that's still waiting for them. But this is where the fine line, I think that VVV Vitus was really on point for themselves as well. They were able to actually ambush the area of the teams, and Dre, that grenade, that was really good coming in from him as well to take down Leaf Sato on their own, because he was all alone there. He was just hiding underneath the tree, so there was not much to be done for the team of Leap made itself. But at the same time, I gotta give credit for Rigid Stella as well. But this is where the fine line. See, Lakos, Eminence, Super Clark, you shouldn't.
I'm really sorry.
You shouldn't say anything. He was hiding.
I was hurt. Oh my god. But this is the last part of the highlights for the previous round, and we are seeing how crazy, wild, Rigid TSG was, and they really clearly bringing their A game. And because of that one, they were crowned as champion at the very end, and also being the top one for the overall rankings. And let's see how it goes, because Slashy clearly helped out the team, carrying out heavy the team in terms of number of kill points. Same thing with a great help coming up from Sekra and Stellar, and only one mistake that I saw from Stellar earlier, losing some patience on the open area downhill. But yet they managed to have a great composure and a great teamwork as a team. So it's kind of like it appears to be only a diversion, but at the very end, Rigid TSG able to have to come up a better gameplay to where they managed to get the win in the position itself. And speaking of the position, Bridges Lashley got the better position, being crowned as the MVP for the match with 9 total of kills. Clearly, he knows what to do. He knows how to help out the team. He listens, he leads, and definitely know how to make a play. Congratulations again from the Rigid TSG. And if you remember, when we started the last match of Isolated for the Group B, I'm rooting for VK. And I keep on saying earlier, do not engage to the TSG. And they listen. And I'm so excited to see what will be the rankings of 4VK.
Hopefully. I think there's a connection. Bluetooth connected by Super Clock with 4 Valor Kings to a point that they knew that they need to play safe. Only time can tell, because the fact is with 75 points, especially I think that could be more after the match number 3 itself. They could actually increase more of their points itself after that match, and maybe there's a possibility that Team RVH Gemini, or even those who are at the bottom T, there's no chance for them to catch up with the rest of the team. Even TMW Kratos, I think there's no way they will be able to actually catch up, because even though they had a really good start at that New Vision City, I must say, if it wasn't for the fact that Team 4 Valor Kings were a bit too tired. I think this is the reason why when you had so much gunfights already, you were fighting with RVH, you were fighting with the team of Uncrowned Kings as well for the domination of the New Vision City. TMW comes in uninvited, you kind of actually lose kind of your momentum, and you're like, oh, we thought we were safe, but ended up there were so many more teams. But here and out, this is the overall ranking for the match, just the match for the match number 3. Rigid TSG with 36 points. Such a show off. But anyway, 26 elimination with 10 points. Poison Ivy with the 24 elimination with 6 placement point, 30 points. VVV Vitus, I think this is one of the best performances they've done so far. They know for a fact that they need to secure their placement, even though they are at the top 6. I really like it, but for Valen King mains, this is where I say you're safe. I know that you're safe. No doubt about it. You're safe with that 11 points. Cosa Nostra with 10 points. Immortal Esports Exodus with 9 points. Leap Main with 8 points. KM2 Hades with 6 points. And Eminence at the 9th place with 6 points. I'm loving it. I mean, like, this is a better position for them as well, because previously I see them usually getting a lot of elimination but not placement point. But shout out to Lakos, because you survive all alone. You know for a fact you were all alone. You didn't have any friends anymore. You had Hazik was taken out, but you still survived it till the end, and you got that 4 placement point. RVH Gemini with that 5 points at that 10th place. I would say you did your best, but I would give it out to 4 Valor Kings for this. How about you, Super Clock?
Well, they did their job. So let's see how it goes moving into the overall rankings for the RVH Gemini. But I think they did great where they can secure a spot being part of the top 10 team. So that's why I'm so excited to see what's going to be the over rankings of the Group B, so that we will be able to know who will be the teams being part of the playoffs. And I keep on I shared as well to the League Main team that they don't need to disappoint their fan base, their community, because they really need to be part of the playoffs. And true enough, we are showing you overall rankings. Congratulations.
Woo!
I'm not gonna say the Rigid TSG, because I am seeing 4 Valor Kings being part of the top 9 and top 10 RVH Gemini.
What? Wait, RVH Gemini goes to the top? Who did they pull? No, they push out Most Wanted Vigilante? What? Most Wanted was right on the left side of the scoreboard. What happened? What freaking happened? Well, the last match happened. That 5 points made a difference, and they ended up at the top 10. So congratulations. Let's give it up for the top 10 teams. Let's start it out with Rigid TSG,
Immortal Esports Team Exodus,
Poison Ivy Achilles,
Blackfire,
VVV Vitus,
Cosa Nostra Noblesse,
Leap Main,
KM2 Hades,
4 Valor Kings Main,
and RVH Gemini.
Wow, that 5 points make the difference for them to catch up to that top 10. Congratulations. But this is it, the recap of what has happened. First match on the isolated map, Group A, was done by the Leap, Unbound, and Boo. On the second match, or the first match of isolated for Group B, is Poison Ivy, Eclipse. And we move on to the Blackout map, whereby we see Pave Omni was able to be the winner, and then Immortal Esport was able to be winner for the Group B. And then on the last match of the isolated map, Leap, Unbound again raising their flag, as well as Group B. Rigid TSG say like they want to go out with a bang because we already conquered yesterday. Let's conquer again for the last match as well.
Clearly consistent for the Rigid TSG, and I'm so happy to see different colors, different banners, different logos from the group stage for the day 4 of this Garena September Cup 2025 BR tournament with the 25,000 USD prize pool.
Yes, sir. And this is just the group stage. We still have 2 more stages to go. So congratulations again to the top 10 of Group A and Group B. You guys are going to match up for tomorrow, which is the playoff stage. 20 teams will be fighting off to be the top 16 at the grand final, which is on 27 September. 2 more stages to go for you to claim that prize pool, which is only top 6 who will be able to bring back some money, especially who are at the top 6. Those who are in the 6th place getting 1,000 USD. I mean, that's a lot already. I mean, if I got 1,000 US dollar, I can do so much. I'm rich. I can say I'm rich. And it also helps out for the organization. But I don't want to talk about more about the teams that qualified. I also want to talk about the teams that qualified from the group stage itself. You guys are the 40 teams. You guys are the 20 teams that didn't manage to go to the playoff, but you guys did manage to go from the group stage. No, from the qualifier to the group stage. You guys did your best here in the league. It's unfortunate that your journey ends here, but it's not meaning that it's forever ending. You might have the chance at on the other tournaments. We hope so. Let's hope. Let's pray that Garena will make more tournaments, and hope that you guys keep on supporting. I see a lot of teams, a lot of supporters coming in from the streamers. You guys been talking about how Garena getting like 100 views right there. Don't worry, we got a lot of views from all the co-watch party right there, from Holy Potter, from Synth, I think from even from Tokyo as well, doing the live stream as well. So thank you for the watch party from all of your ends. We hope for the best and keep on supporting the Garena September Cup 2025 Battle Royale Tournament. I'm Fasha Bunny. Any last words, Super Clock?
Well, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you guys showing your love and support to from the very start of this Garena September Cup 2025. I really appreciate you all, and don't forget to show some love and support as well by following us to any social medias that we have. Pasha Bunny, my name's Super Clark. So thank you so much for watching of the group stage. We'll be seeing you for the playoffs and the grand finals. My name is Super Clark. Have a great night
and bye-bye.
Adios.